So here on the Pendulum, we enjoy many good shows.
Yeah, but, some of us don't enjoy good shows. Some of us enjoy not good shows. I'm one of them before you jump all over me.
One of those shows is Doctor Who. And coming up on the 50th anniversary, we thought we would do a show leading up to it.
Yeah.
So today
Depending
we
upon
have...
when this comes out, you've either already seen the episode, or you're going to be watching it.
True. I want to see it in theaters.
I don't think there are any Canadian theaters that are getting it.
We'll see.
No, they had a list of American theaters, and I didn't see...
They always have a list of American theaters.
Damn it.
So anyways, today we have the Griff joining us.
Hello.
And we have another person named Steph joining us.
Yo, yo.
They aren't as educated as Garry and I,
Lies.
but
Total lie.
we needed someone to fill out this panel.
That's it, I'm done.
We needed a couple extra chromosomes. A couple of different letters.
Okay.
You just need an extra X?
Yeah, we needed more X's.
Alright.
So,
Alright.
we all enjoy Doctor Who.
I think that's a safe assumption.
You are.
Yes.
Says the guy whose TARDIS is sitting on the desk right now.
I call this a table, Garry.
For this purposes, it's a... Shut up.
It's a table. It's fully a
It
table.
could be a desk.
No, it's fully a table.
You could have it be
No.
dual role.
No, it's a table.
Shut up. You're a table.
So,
Your
let's get
comeback.
this party started, because I'm not coming up. Get it?
Oh, that's so
Get it?
funny.
Is that technically a copyright thing?
No,
We're okay.
because she is coming up. So, there.
Oh god, I see it jumping the rails already.
So let's start it off again,
Long jumped.
as I keep trying to.
Oh yeah.
Griff, who's your favorite Doctor?
My favorite Doctor is Matt Smith.
Of course.
I just think, well, it used to be Tennant, but then, I don't know, after
Mighty
rewatching the whole thing, I just found Tennant to be a little bit emo, a little more emo, and I just like how, I don't know, almost innocent Matt Smith is. He's just more upbeat, more childlike.
Garry.
Wow, you have missed the point of Matt Smith. Awesome. My favorite Doctor is David Tennant. With an asterisk, my favorite performance is by Matt Smith. David Tennant does a great job of the kind of wide-eyed running around the universe type of thing and, kind of enjoying what's going on and seeing everything through his companions. Matt Smith does my favorite job of making you believe that this guy is 1,000 years old. He does old eyes better than anyone else, I think, that's on the Doctor. When he was doing that little story to Amy, when she was a little kid, Amy sleeping in the bed after he went into the crack in the wall to basically wipe himself out of existence. He seemed like he was 900 years old. The way he was talking, the way he looked, and the way he hunched himself down, he does a great job of making the Doctor seem old. So I think he's the best performing actor as a Doctor, but Tennant's my favorite Doctor.
I see. Stefania.
I like Tennant as well. Mainly because I like comedies a lot. And I feel that he's done, as much as I love the fact that it's a drama show, I love the fact that all the comedy that he's brought into it and the way that he plays off of the companions for the comedy.
My favorite is Tennant as well.
Woo!
I just thought he did a better job overall. Better
So
than...
if we're adding this up, that means Rebecca's wrong.
Nope, it's all opinions.
I don't think there's any wrong. It's just...
By the end of this episode.
I like Tennant. I really like Tennant, but after rewatching the entire series, I really got an appreciation for Matt.
Yeah,
I think he sold a lot of people
Yeah,
on his performance. Like, everyone's like, oh, what is this kid, 13 years old? He can't play the Doctor.
Yeah. I just think Tennant played pretty much
Well, it depends
everything better.
Depends on the storyline too. Like Tennant's, his arc got really dark at the end.
Yeah.
So it's
True,
just
yeah.
I think the range that Tennant brought to it.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
had the comedy part, he had the emo part, he had the dark bits.
Yeah.
Some of the best lines that Matt Smith could have delivered, I think, because of his inexperience as an actor, weren't delivered as well as they could have been.
Yeah.
I think my favorite stuff from Matt Smith and my least favorite thing from Matt Smith were in the same episode.
Really?
So
What episode was that?
it was the Stonehenge episode with the Pandorica. So
I like that
my favorite
episode.
speech of his is when he's on the rock because he's delivering it amazingly.
Yeah.
But when they're dragging him into the Pandorica,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
not losing it enough.
It was kind of hokey.
Yeah, this is a guy who is literally used to living somewhere that's bigger on the inside,
Yeah.
and they're shoving him in this this finite box where he's, for all intents and purposes, never going anywhere ever again.
Yeah.
And he's not terrified enough. Like he's upset, but he's not. He should have lost it a bit more.
He knows eventually he'll get out.
See, and that's what I thought. I read it more as he knew it was going to happen, so
Yeah.
he freaked out just enough to sell them on it,
Yeah.
but not enough to actually freak out.
Yeah.
True.
I think so too.
And why do you think Rebecca was misunderstanding the point of Matt Smith?
Like I said, I think Matt Smith's job on there was to play counter to how he was cast. Like he was cast young, so they skewed his performance to be older.
Yeah, but
Like you said, he played like the innocent, the younger type, but he was the oldest performance.
yeah,
I think.
but there's also a lot of points where with Amy and where it almost seemed like he, I don't know, just didn't understand certain social aspects and stuff.
He came up grandfatherly to me with those two. Like he was like the grandfather of both of
See,
them.
to me, like a lot of stuff where it came to like I don't know, like when someone showed sort of like.
But see, I found when, not when she was a child, but when he first met her jumping out of the cake or whatever. Or did she jump out of the cake?
He jumped out of the
He
cake.
jumped out of the cake.
Well, she was still in the skimpy little police uniform or whatever. That he was like trying to date her at first, it almost seemed to me.
He
See,
was. He was never.
And then Rory's
no.
like, ooh, and then he's
See,
like,
to
he
me,
was never into her
To me,
that way.
it seemed like because she was into him,
Oh, yeah.
and he was uncomfortable with it. And I think that's what makes it seem almost childlike because he didn't seem to understand some of the social,
I think he wasn't into that because he first met her when she was 10 years old. He's like, whoa.
Well, just because there's a couple of instances where Amy was flirting with him and other people, and like River too, and he just doesn't seem to know what to do with himself. And to me, it felt like he was like, like a 13-year-old boy who didn't, 13-year-old nerd who didn't understand what to do with the situation.
He always seemed a little more comfortable with River's flirting though than with Amy's.
But still though, the thing is, like, I think that if it had been Tennant's doctor, he would have known what to do, whereas Matt Smith's Smith's doctor didn't really seem to know. He seemed lost with the, he was uncomfortable, but he just sort of didn't react, He reacted the way a kid would, I would think.
Yeah.
Rather than...
Yeah.
That's why I think he seems so childlike. And because he gets such childlike delight out of a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, because he's looking at everyone. We're all like basically kids in his eyes.
Mm-hmm. But the way
So
he looks
young.
at a lot of stuff, it's as if he's seeing stuff for the first time, and it's like, and he just,
And the way that he runs around and interacts with people
Yeah,
in general.
that's why he seems childlike to me.
Yeah. Worst doctor.
Well,
Could be anyone.
I only know...
Okay, so for audiences, this is mostly going to be about the 2005 onward series because not a lot of knowledge going on here. So, again, I think we previously mentioned this, but there may be some older answers, but predominantly it'll be newer series.
Yeah.
So, worst doctor.
Well, I mean, I like Eccleston, but we only had one season of him, and so I don't feel like we got to know him as well as the other two, so just, I don't hate him, but out of the three, he's my least favorite. I don't know, and he seems a little more abrupt, too. Like, he could go from being, like, happy-go-lucky to being, like, super pissed off.
Yeah,
he's the counterpoint to, like, how you were saying that Smith's doctor sees people as, like, kids and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Eccleston saw them as, like, just, like he called them stupid monkeys at one point.
Yeah.
It's like he was disappointed with everybody's choices.
Yeah, and I get that he was just coming out of the Time War and all that stuff, so he was
jaded.
He was super jaded, but yeah, and but when I first watched the series, because I started with Eccleston, so when it first changed into Tennant, I was upset because I loved Eccleston at the time, but now going back and watching it all, I was not as
Steph.
pleased.
I agree with Eccleston. If they'd given maybe another season, we might have seen a little bit different. But yeah, there was only a few episodes, so it's not a lot to judge.
Gary?
From the 05 on, I think Eccleston would be my least favorite. I'm not going to say worst because even his episodes, even some of his bad episodes, were still good episodes.
Yeah, really good.
It's definitely the biggest change between the Doctors, even like between Smith and Tennant.
Yeah.
Not that big of a change because people love Tennant so much. I think the direction for Smith was, bring your own, but, skew it a little bit more like Tennant.
At least for the first couple episodes.
Yeah. But between Eccleston and Tennant, there's like complete 180. They were nothing like each other. So I think it's kind of refreshing, like to go back and watch those episodes. Yeah. But the thing that bugs me the most about Eccleston is his distance from the show now.
Yeah.
he doesn't give a damn. He's like, no, I'm not, no.
Yeah.
Like,
And you
if
can't
there's
help
if there's a 100th anniversary special, he said he might do something.
But you can't
Yeah.
help but I can't help but taint your view of
Yeah,
stuff
exactly.
because of how he feels
Yeah.
in real life.
I mean, the going back further. I mean, some people might say Paul McGann was one of the bad ones, but I think he was in a bad show.
Well, for me, it was Peter Davison, just because...
You hate vegetables.
That's right.
Yeah.
Didn't understand the whole celery stick crap. It was just...
We had that explained. That's a continuity issue. We
I
had
don't
it
care.
explained.
It's dumb.
When he was with the reptile folks.
And it's not a
wasn't it?
continuity issue. It's
No,
a
it's a-
BBC issue because they wanted to dumb the show down for little kids more than they had
But
previously.
they explained why he
to-
wore the celery
I
lapel.
don't care. It's stupid. Stupid
so you
and
hated him
childish.
because of a piece of celery.
Oddly
And the whole
enough-
series, most of the series, it was just too childish.
Oddly
I mean,
enough,
if you've
Geoff loves
watched it,
celery.
if
One of the
you've
only
watched the
vegetables he eats.
series, you would see the episodes are skewed far younger. Like, it's just not as good. And I don't like...
He was mid-80s,
It's like watching
right?
a children's show, and that's what it was made to be originally, but I like it now where it's not really solely exclusively a children's show.
Yeah.
It's an all ages show.
Well, it's for
if I was
families.
a kid watching that show, some of those episodes would scare the
Even
crap
some of
out
the
of me.
original ones. Like, I watched some Doctor Who when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it was still like...
Did you
"I
scare the
like
crap-
this."
Yeah, when it
It's
started
scary.
out in the 60s, it was kind of more
Tom
adult
Baker's Melon coming at you.
geared,
at,
but
like,
as it
7:30
got
in the morning?
towards the 80s, BBC wanted to get it more children-ish, so they could get more viewers and put it on earlier in the night
Yeah.
and stuff like that, under the watershed and all that stuff. So, yeah. So my least favorite. Cool. So, favorite companion. Start with Steph.
Oh, I like Donna.
Woo!
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't
You
like her
should've
because
known.
she's a giant goof, but between the interaction between her and Tennant, I know because they worked together before and they worked together afterwards, but just the two of them together just had fantastic chemistry.
I'm guessing you two are in agreement.
Oh yeah.
Donna is the best companion. She's funny. She's a great. She's not really a foil to Tennant. They're literally. She even called her his best friend at one
Yeah.
point. She's never called any of the other companions that. Like, it's his best friend, and that's why their relationship was great. She didn't want to sleep with him. She wasn't cheating on her fiancé by running off with him. She wasn't infatuated with him. They weren't forming a relationship at any time during the series. It was just at the core what the show should be.
Yeah.
Two friends going out into the universe.
Mhm.
Like, even when there was the misunderstandings, when he's like, "Oh, I just want to mate. You're not mating with me, sweetheart." That's just, that kicked off their relationship right there. And, like, just the great when I first met River, when he says, pretty boy, and he's like, "Oh, pretty boy, yes!" Oh, that was a bit quick. Like, they're friends going out on, like, basically a big road trip. There was none of that, "Oh, God, stop pining after him. Jeez, leave him alone." Or, like, "Oh, will they, won't they?" questions.
Yeah.
It was an honest friendship. And that was
And
the best
you
thing.
like it for the same reasons?
I just like the
No, I'm just kidding. I love Martha. No.
I like the relationship just because it is I think they work really well together as friends. I also do love Rory and Amy, but they have to be together. I'm not a huge fan of Amy by herself, but Amy and Rory I do love.
I could take Rory by himself. quite
Yeah,
frankly.
I would Rory by himself.
I would have loved if they just continued on with Rory. Kill off Amy. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Rory and Matt Smith
Well, I
running
do
around
like
the
Amy.
universe.
That'd be amazing.
The slash fiction that we would get out of that.
Also, the fact that
Well, the one that we-
he would keep him in check,
Yeah.
right? Because all the crap that
Well,
Well,
people dying as
but
well.
I have to disagree with all
Of course you do.
because you
course
hate
you do.
Donna.
Yeah.
She is not my favorite, that's for sure.
I hated her at first. In the Christmas episode, I hated her. And when I found out she was going to be the new companion, I was so mad.
Yeah.
But then, in the first episode, when they're on opposite sides, when he's by the window and she's at
Yes!
the door, and they're
Oh
like
my
mouthing
God!
to each other, and then
I
Miss
love
Fox
it.
is like,
Well, my favorite is Rose, the first new companion.
Oh.
Yeah, of course.
No.
She was just the best. The best.
I-
in
that-
every
I
department.
thought that at first too.
Not
but
as funny, of course, but she wasn't made to be a funny person.
I think that she was just
So-
on it too long.
I
Yeah.
felt I liked her at first too, but after going back and watching it again, I think she was.
She was only on it for 2 years.
I know she should have only been
Donna
on
was on
one.
for 2 years.
Yeah,
Donna
Donna
and
was on
Rory
one.
were on for 2 years.
Donna
She
could
was
have gone
on
for
for
12.
one,
Yeah.
really.
She was on for 2.
No, she was on for one. She was in season 4, and she had one episode.
And then,
Elsewhere.
yeah,
Yes,
that's true. And then it was the
she was on
Smith
for one.
and-
It was
Smith and
2.
Jones?
It seemed
No.
so long because she's just so boring.
No, I didn't. After going back and watching the whole series again, I just found Rose too impulsive. And I found her.
She was the cause of a lot of problems.
She was.
And I didn't
Bad
like her.
wolf, mother. Truckers.
But even just the episode where they go back to see her dad when he died. And,
That was a great
But
episode.
That's like probably my second favorite episode
But-
of the series.
she does some stupid stuff.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
episode.
she's-
I mean,
Yeah, but she's young. She is dumb. She's never been in the universe before. What would you do?
Yeah,
Oh, hey, let's do
she's
this.
not any.
I'm an
She's
expert.
not any younger.
If any
than,
of us were swept up into the time stream, we'd have a clear-cut knowledge of paradoxes and like
No, I think
causality.
so. I
the
think
other
so.
companion
I'm an
dogs.
engineer. Speak about yourselves.
That's why it would be cool, like if we get a companion that's a complete massive sci-fi nerd.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
So good.
Jack Harkness.
Yeah, can I change my answer?
To Rose?
He's
Jack?
not. He's not an official
He's not a
companion.
companion.
I think he's in the list as a companion.
not.
He's
He's not.
technically a
If
He's more
Rory's a
character.
companion, then I think Jack is a
Rory was
companion.
with him for an entire. I don't know. I don't consider Jack
Mm-mm.
a companion. I do consider
Alright.
Rory, but not.
I'll fight you on this.
And
but-
it's-
okay.
It's more Rory and Amy. Like Rory,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roy and Amy are my second favorite.
Yeah, they're my second favorite too.
But Rose had it all. She had that wide-eyed innocence at first. Yep, she did stupid stuff because she doesn't know anything.
You're just like her because of that other show she was in.
I think
I like her in every other show she's been in.
the
actually.
upside of Rose is that it was the new show. So
Yeah.
putting her in there and
Mhm.
having her ask all the questions,
She-
constantly
yeah.
asking
Well, that's right.
questions.
She was the introductory sort of character.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
I admit-
unfortunately they've carried through, I think, a little too much. At what? Season, what's this, 8 now going
Yeah.
into?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need that. Like,
Every
when
single
Jenna
question.
came in, we don't need her
But-
to get the, oh, what's this do? What's this? We
Well,
don't
see,
need the
that's the
audience.
thing.
bigger
It's
on the
always a
inside.
new generation, and that's why they do that.
Yes, but it's been 8 years. People who are
Yeah.
watching it, you know, I'm going to say 75% of the audience has been with
Yeah.
it since Eccleston. We
But
don't.
that 25%, you still need a little bit of that.
You need a little.
We could
bit.
work it in a little bit better than this is the episode where she learns about this. This
Yeah.
because we get fewer episodes now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I feel like we're burning episodes.
We get the same amount. They're just split up
Yeah.
into different
Yeah.
mini seasons.
If I may
So-
speak to the audience, if you are just coming into Doctor Who right now, you really should start watching it from the 2005 start.
Yeah.
Don't just start watching it because your friends say it's cool and it's got all this stuff in the stores and
Yeah.
angels and stuff like that.
Put the time in.
Start
Yeah.
watching it from the beginning. You'll understand it a lot better.
You two start with Tennant.
I saw
I
Tennant's
started
first
with
season,
Eccleston.
and then I went
I
back
started
to
right in
Eccleston.
2005.
I was doing. Yeah, I knew you started with Tennant.
Yeah.
I started when I was
right at
making
the
fun of
beginning.
Geoff for watching.
I started
Eccleston.
watching it because of Billie Piper, because I knew she was a pop star back in the 90s, and I was
Yeah.
like, is this the same Billie
I
Piper?
like some of her music.
I do too.
Not,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
It's not. Some of it's not great, but you know, it's the
Some
stuff
of
I
it-
know.
I
It's the
can't.
stuff
I
remember,
just still
though.
have a hard time with that. Every time I hear that Billie Piper was a pop star, Robin Sparkles just jumps in my head.
Yes.
All right, worst companion, Garry.
Yes,
Yeah.
Martha.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't
no.
even get to explain. All right,
I
we
don't
just
really
take
need
it
a
at
whole
face
explanation.
value.
She's
we
just
all
the
agree.
worst.
Yeah,
She
not-
wasn't terrible. She was
No.
she was good at what she was, but like her character was interesting. Like she was a doctor, or she was working towards
Yeah.
being a doctor.
Yeah.
She was certainly braver than Rose. I think she had
yeah,
more
I think so,
more
too.
street smarts as well as the book
And
smarts.
she accepted things for what they were.
Yeah, she understood the situation she was in. She wasn't always just
Yeah.
But her complete blind infatuation with clearly a man who was not reciprocating it
Yeah.
Yeah.
went on way too long.
I'd say Martha too, but I don't blame her for being infatuated with him. If I met the doctor, I'd be fucking infatuated with him too. I would be so.
F-bomb.
I'm sorry, I think I warranted
I think it
that.
warranted it at
Yes.
all.
It's okay, Geoff. Don't worry.
If it was me, if I was in her place, I'd be like, take me away. I'd be totally in love with him too. So I can't fault her for being.
If he was Peter Capaldi,
Maybe not.
maybe
Still?
I still like him
He
too.
is an attractive man.
He's an attractive guy. I think he's older, but he's still attractive.
the first Doctor, 70 years old.
Okay,
Well,
well,
not.
that's not when she met him. But as Tennant, though, like,
Yeah.
good-looking guy, and he's, you know, he can take
He
you away.
is ridiculously handsome. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
All right, my worst is also sort of Martha as well. Just because,
Even going back with your
I've-
wealth of knowledge for previous series.
well, I just felt most of that series actually was just filler episodes to me.
Oh yeah.
Just
They had a couple.
nothing.
It felt a rebound season.
There
for...
was some stuff happened, but all in all, and that's actually, I'm gonna skip ahead also because for worst episode, it's most of that series actually, just because so much of it seemed like filler for me.
Yeah,
So-
it was sort of a rebound because everyone was so in love with Rose, and so
Yeah.
everyone was devastated.
Stephanie, what is your worst companion?
Also Martha, but I think in
No
another
love for Martha.
no, well, she's a good actress. Like
Yeah.
she acts well,
Yeah.
but I think that she didn't go along with the companions in the sense that they were like in the way that they were trying to get companions to go along, where they are supposed to be dependent on the Doctor. She could have had her own show with the
Mhm.
stuff that she knows, and she was just too comfortable with.
Yeah.
Oh look, we're gonna go back to so
You can
long
say
ago,
that
and
about-
she's just fine.
You can say that about all of it. I mean,
Well,
because
but after
Claire
a
is
while,
the same way, though. Claire, like, she seemed
That's
to
true.
fit right in immediately, too.
but she's a bit kooky, so
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start us off on favorite episode. My favorite episode is "Girl in the Fireplace"
ugh.
Really?
because it was a great Tennant showpiece. I thought because he showed a whole range of emotions. Like his heart was breaking because he
True.
couldn't save her.
Yeah.
He looked helpless. He was helpless. He couldn't do anything about it. You know, there was action. There was everything. He had a whole range in there. It had everything in that episode. And it was just fantastic overall. It was a great story, great everything. And I loved that he couldn't save her. He couldn't do anything, no matter what he did.
That is a huge
It
difference.
was great. And I thought, yeah, best Tennant episode for me.
Cool.
You go next.
I have 5.
Okay, you can't have 5.
I do.
You
I
can
have 5.
one.
I will explain my reasons for all 5. I like Bad Wolf, which is the one where they're stuck in the game shows,
That was fun.
because it was just a great, I don't know, it was just a great entertaining episode. It probably was kind of,
And Naked Jack.
well,
Well,
that's,
yeah,
I
there
mean,
you go.
you
I
can't
figured that
argue
was-
with Naked Jack.
All right,
But anyway,
next one.
I like the Time of the Angels and the Flesh and Stone duel, the two back to back, just because I love the Angels.
Yeah.
Plus, it was River, and it was just a great show. And then I like the Partners in Crime, which is the adipose one,
Oh, yeah.
where it's Donna and Tennant on
Yeah.
either sides of the glass
that was
talking.
the funniest. That's one of my favorite moments. Is that
Exactly. And actually, I'll go down to 4. The Pandorica Open. That one I thought was just a really great. It was a cool flow that they did,
Cool.
how they did it.
Mhm.
That's a lot of favorite episodes.
Yeah.
I have a lot of favorite moments. That's what it is.
I know.
All right, Gary.
There's a lot. I mean, we could probably easily do like
Just
favorite
do best
fa-
one.
favorite
We could do
series.
favorite episode out of each series.
No,
That would be a
we're
little
doing
easier.
just overall.
Favorite series. It's hard to
Well,
pick.
you pick your favorite series or your favorite episode. One or
You
the
can do
other.
one.
Wasn't another question though? Favorite series?
No, I put slash series.
Oh.
It's really tough because like there are a bunch of two-parters that really
pick a
function
two-parter.
together
Two
well.
parters. That
But
counts as one
I'm gonna
sort of.
cop out and come out with the easy answer.
Link.
Blink.
No, not Blink.
Oh, Blink was
I
great,
love
though.
Blink.
That
That's my favorite Dr. Light episode.
Oh yeah.
Like, did we have Dr. Light episodes?
We haven't really had one since
No,
this. I don't since Blink. I don't think.
no, it's
Yeah.
not really.
It
Not
rhymed.
really.
Yeah. No, Turn Left was after Martha.
Oh yeah, Turn Left was sort of like that's true.
Yeah.
But
I
they're
miss
not.
that. I
So which
miss
one?
those.
Which one is yours?
The Doctor's Wife.
That was
Oh,
great.
yeah,
Really?
okay, that was a good
I love that episode.
Hmm.
It's a great setup. We get history of the Time Lords. We learn that Time Lords can regenerate and change genders, so that's potentially setting up a nice bit of continuity later on down the line. We get some more history of the Time Lords. We get to see like a pocket universe. We get to see busted up TARDISes, all out in the wild.
Mhm.
The actress that played the TARDIS is great.
Mhm.
She's fantastic. It's got a great overarching bad guy who's like just the disembodied voice, which is
Yeah.
such a cool bad guy to do because you can just get away with anything. It's always scarier using your imagination. And it has one of like the cool, most threatening bits Matt Smith's ever done, where he like sicks the TARDIS back on what's the bad guy's name? Is it Father?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uncle?
Uncle.
Uncle,
That was it.
yeah.
I knew it was something. Plus, yeah, having it named Uncle, it made me think of Alien, so I'm automatically on board. I think Neil Gaiman deliberately did that.
Yeah.
I hope he did. And again, written by Neil Gaiman,
Yeah.
and it's fantastic because it's the emotional center of that show is squarely on the Doctor and his
Mhm.
performance.
Mhm.
you have Rory and Amy running around as well, but it's all Matt Smith's center of that episode.
Well, and it's him,
Yeah.
and it's his relationship with
Yeah,
the TARDIS.
it literally
Yeah.
is the most important thing in his life.
Which,
Yeah.
we up until now, we've known it's really important, but we haven't known how
Yeah.
important.
And, like, just when he's saying goodbye, like, he thinks it's saying goodbye, and then, like, she's like, no, I'm going to say hello. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then he's, like, under the TARDIS control panel working away, and, like, you know, maybe she's still there a little bit, and it's fantastic. You actually see that, that's his biggest companion. He's been with her
Exactly.
from
Yeah,
the
she's
beginning.
a constant companion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Rebecca.
Well, I do love Blink because
It's just hilarious.
it's an awesome. Well, it's the first time I see the Angels.
Yes.
I can watch that. I
I
can
can
watch
watch
that
it.
episode.
It's a good Halloween episode.
Plus, it's you get to see Carey Mulligan too. That's the first time I've ever seen her in anything, so that was really cool. But my favorite episode, I think, is Silence in the Library.
Oh, I love that one.
Because
the Vashta Narada.
I love the Vashta Narada is freaking creepy. I think it's probably one of the creepiest because
Yes.
you have to be afraid of the dark. You know, like
Mm.
And
that's-
everyone
I think
It gives you a legitimate reason.
yeah, I think
Like,
that's probably the scariest villain. But it's also the first time you see River,
Yes.
Yeah.
and River's awesome. So
And where you
No,
understand their
she's
timelines. When you understand their timelines are
Yeah.
Yeah,
backwards and all that kind of
exactly.
thing. And she pulls out the book and she spoilers.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That episode has probably one of my favorite Doctor Who moments. Like when she's saying how he could stroll up and like snap his fingers and open the door. She's like, nobody can do that. The Doctor can. Like,
Yeah.
no, you're not the Doctor. Well, not yet.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, he
yeah.
tries and the door swing open
Yeah.
and he just strolls right in. Like,
Yeah.
badass.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And then
And they actually did that. They paid that off later. Like Matt Smith's done it once
Yeah.
or twice.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I didn't even notice.
that's really cool. Yeah, and there's plus the guy who plays the Doctor inside the the simulation
Dr.
where they
Moon?
yeah Dr. Moon
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
is Walter from Arrow, so that's kind of cool too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just, so it's also seeing other actors and
Yeah.
different things. It's really kind
That's
of
got
cool.
a bit of an emotional punch as well with Donna and her kids and that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And the thing where, the guy that she was with, they just miss each other by a second, and it's like,
Yes.
oh,
No,
that's-
she missed him. He didn't miss her.
Yeah.
He saw her.
yeah, but and so it's, what could have been kind of thing.
Yeah.
I really love that
Yeah.
episode. I think it's my favorite.
Right. Favorite aliens.
Didn't you do
What?
a favorite episode?
I
No,
did
favorite
already.
aliens. Oh,
What was your favorite episode?
Girl in the fireplace.
Just don't listen.
Oh
You
my
have.
God.
No one knows.
Everyone knows that.
Even I don't.
Actually, no. Sorry, we didn't do worst episode. Worst episode. I already did mine. It was
Yeah.
basically the whole Martha season. Not because of her necessarily, just because it was a lot of filler episodes. I hate
I don't-
filler episodes. The Pirates with Matt Smith one. The
Oh, I like
Vampire.
that
That
one.
was
I
my.
love the
one-
Vampire
Vampire
Venice.
Venice is awesome. What are
It
you
was
talking
alright,
about?
but it was a filler.
But
It's
there's
a
sometimes
filler.
where
What about dinosaurs on the spaceship?
I love that
I
episode.
love
Filler
it.
episode.
Dinosaurs
Oh
on
my
a spaceship.
Such a
Christ.
good episode.
He'll turn on the filler episodes and walk away.
Wow.
And I sit there and watch it
Sometimes I
enthralled.
love
I
filler
agree with
episodes.
one of what you said. The Black
So-
Spot is the worst
Oh,
episode.
no, I like that one.
The
It's
reason
alright.
why I don't like, especially now, when right now, they have 13 episode series. Lately, they've been splitting them into 2. So you have a little mini series here and a little mini series there.
Yeah.
When you only have 6 or 7 episodes,
That's true.
every episode should count. You want people tuning in because you got to make the most bang for your buck. Every episode should count.
Well, that's
Yeah,
probably
but
why
they're,
I
they're
didn't
still
talk
they're
to
still
little
doing
season.
13 episodes. I agree
Doesn't
with you
matter.
if they were only doing 6 or
No,
7.
it
but they're
doesn't
still
matter.
doing
When you have
13.
a multiple month gap in between, that's
That-
almost a whole
I
nother
don't.
little
It doesn't
series.
bother me.
Look at the way
yeah, it
Breaking
doesn't
Bad
bother
was
me
split
either.
up. Every episode counted.
I agree with you to a point. 'Cause everything should count. But some of the filler episodes are some of the best ones because they're so light and they're
Some
so
of them.
funny and they're so entertaining.
It depends on what's
Couldn't
going
the
to come up
Adipose
afterwards.
Yeah,
episode,
exactly.
the
Oh, I
Partners in
love-
Crime, be
yes,
a
that was
throwaway
totally
episode?
I think it was supposed to bring in Donna.
Yeah,
Right?
But
Yeah.
every episode has at least one thing that makes it
Oh.
important.
No, not
That pulls
every
it into the
episode.
story.
Yeah.
I think
The
so,
Vampires of Venice, we learn more about the Silence and what happened to
Wow.
them.
too. Oh yeah, they're creepy too.
Little bit, but
They're one of my favorite.
there's a lot of fillers, especially now. Matt Smith's series has a lot of fillers. Tennant's not so many. Martha's year, a lot of fillers.
No, everything was setting up in Martha's season for that
Yeah.
3-part payoff
Yeah,
at the
Yeah,
end.
exactly.
that's
I think
true.
so
There
too.
was little bits here and there.
You saw little bits of.
I know, the same thing with every other.
As
Bad
much
Wolf
as much
and
as
all
I
that
hate
stuff.
Martha and I dislike her overall series,
Yeah.
that's my favorite finale. is the 3-parter at the end
Yeah.
with Utopia, the
Yeah.
Sound of Drums,
Master.
And you see little
yeah.
bits of the Master
Mhm.
throughout the series, and I think that's the point of it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it may seem like filler, but there's always little important bits.
No,
in every
and I don't
episode.
mind the little bits. I'm just saying generally overall, I don't need to see them in like future Olympics or stupid crap and all this just boring.
Future Olympics was a
boring-
Tennant Piper episode.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
with
a
the
filler
blank
episode
faces.
too. So I'm saying
Yeah.
filler episode.
Okay, well that's
Your
What's
worst
your-
episode.
I said Black Spot.
Okay, that's your worst
It's-
one.
It was just so bad. It looked bad. It was poorly written.
Wasn't my favorite either.
Okay, so hang on. Out of these episodes with Martha, since you say the entire season is
Oh
a
my
complete
God.
toss away.
I didn't say the whole season. I
You
said
basically
generally
said
You
almost.
basically said,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, Smith and Jones is their intro episode.
I don't
With
remember every episode off
That-
by
Smith
heart.
and Jones was with the hospital. It goes
the
up.
hospital that goes into the moon.
Yeah.
Not a filler episode.
I like
because
that one. It
that's
had the
great
face
with the
of Bo.
Jadoon.
Oh yeah, the Jadoon and
I
Was it
suppose.
Dan?
It's
Was he
later.
in that
No,
one? No, he's in the other
yeah.
cat hospital one.
Shakespeare Code with the witches and Shakespeare.
That was cool. I like
that was
one.
cool.
that was a filler. but it was
Gridlock, where they go to
Hey,
feature
I'm not
New
going
York.
through the whole
I'm-
season.
I'm
I'm just
going to.
saying I'm not.
Too bad. Daleks in Manhattan, Evolution of the
Alright,
Daleks.
you do your own opinions. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. I'm not going
The
episode by
Lazarus
episode.
Experiment, I think,
No,
was
that
the
was a
closest
That
to
was
a
a-
filler,
That was the filler. I
but
wasn't a
we
big
still
fan of
had
that
a
one.
little bit. That was still paid off later because of the Doctor's hand. 42, I
Spoiler.
don't even remember what that episode was.
What one is that? Oh,
Uh,
42?
yeah.
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Human Nature and Family of Blood.
That is my favorite.
Probably the best 2-parter out of the
No,
entire
no,
series.
I hated that
I
one.
didn't
You
like that
hated
one either.
that?
I
The
didn't like
Doctor
that
not
either.
remembering who he is, that just depressed me.
That,
I
yeah,
thought it
that
let
made
him
me so
be-
depressed.
Although it brought in the watch,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which was cool, but
And
still.
needed.
We saw
Yeah,
how
right,
much
needed, yeah.
we saw how much and how important that was to him later on
Of
during
course,
his victory
yeah, of
lap.
course, but
but
I just
it was
I
Blink.
it was freaking depressing.
That had the Blink episode and then the
Also-
3-parter at the end with the Master. I wouldn't say her entire series was filler.
There's
would-
a lot of.
there's a lot of filler moments that weren't
But
needed.
just
but
whatever
What was
episode.
42? What was that episode? Oh yeah, the countdown on the spaceship. With the, going
Oh,
into
there's
the
only
sun.
42 minutes. Right?
Yeah. Recreational math.
All right, you still haven't answered. Oh yeah, you said Spot, Black Spot.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your worst one?
My least favorite is the Human Nature Family of Blood. Sorry,
Yeah, I'm not
Gary.
a fan of that one either.
And I didn't like Night Terrors, which is the ones with the stupid peg
What was
dolls.
that one again?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
the kid is afraid of his
With the big
closet.
eyes? Oh, the
No,
closet one.
And the dolls come
Oh,
to life, and
yeah.
then there's an Amy doll, and you're just like, I'm not
I'm
gonna sleep
done
for
with
next
this.
week.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, every
Amy
doll I've
doll.
ever owned is now evil.
It's funny.
That's just Tommy Knockers.
Hmm.
Dealt with it.
Um, my least favorite. I can't remember the name of the episode. But
What
it's
season?
the one with it's another Dr. Light episode where it has Elton and the Moaning Myrtle from
Who's
Harry
Elton?
Potter,
Oh!
and it has the Gorble off whatever where he like inhales.
This is ringing no bells.
I do.
Who's the companion in that season?
Rose, I want to say. It was a
It's
Doctor
gotta
Who Light
be.
episode though. It was just, like from season 2 because it was Tennant.
2 from Tennant. Okay, New Earth, Tooth and Claws, Werewolves, School Reunion is with Giles.
Love Monsters, I want to say.
Let's see, this is riveting.
And,
Oh, yeah.
we have our computers
But-
up and looking up stuff on
But
Wikipedia.
my absolute
That was
least
kind
favorite.
of good though because we got to see like
I
like the relationship between Moaning Myrtle and the guy that really
I
loved
like
yellow.
her. I like her.
But my,
Bring
my
me
absolute,
down.
but my absolute favorite episode, I think, was probably Midnight. This is from the Donna series where he was on
Yeah.
I did because I mean, yeah, I understand the importance of it because it shows like the human condition and
Yeah,
what people will do when they're in a bad situation. But I was not a fan of that episode. I felt claustrophobic watching them on that plane on that spacecraft.
But
or whatever.
it gave you an emotional reaction. So if,
That
is
if
true.
it does that,
But-
even with
but-
your terror about the dolls, I don't. If a show
No,
gives
no,
you,
I was ready to walk out of the room.
If it
no
gives
way.
you an emotional reaction, no matter which way it goes, I think it's a successful
Yeah, but
show.
I
I
but-
don't, because when mine was boredom, that's not success.
Boredom's
but-
not an emotion.
When I
Wait,
went
state of
back
mind.
to
It
watch
is.
them again,
Yep.
that episode was when I was like, I wish I could just skip it.
I love the
You
sync
could.
up, the voices
I couldn't
in
though,
that
because I'm at
episode,
Oh, yes,
though.
that's true.
I love the sync up where it was like trying to,
It was creepy.
yeah.
That's
Rose
creepy.
Salad,
That's my
Muppet
least.
Jones, Donna Noble, TARDIS. That was
Yes,
awesome.
that was weird though.
It was. I just didn't like that episode. I felt super uncomfortable the entire time while I was watching it. I did not like that episode at all.
All right.
Even though the episodes that we've mentioned are, not the strongest out of everything, I don't think there's an episode that I wouldn't just, pop on and watch. Like,
Well,
if
for
someone...
me, because I've rewatched the seasons and I skip a lot of them now. I can't watch
But you
them
skip
again.
a lot of things.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
I think you're too.
You watch 10 minutes
You're
of
too
something and then
critical.
decide if you want to watch it or
No.
not.
Yeah, I think you're too critical.
5 minutes in the Shield. Crap!
That's a whole nother podcast right there.
Just
So,
you hating on things.
All right. Your favorite alien? Your favorite alien race or aliens or alien singular?
Those are with me for one.
I'm starting with you.
Yeah.
It's the Griff.
I don't know.
There's not that many to choose from, Becca, so hurry up
There's
and get
tons.
an answer.
You should look up the wiki. I don't know. I don't remember any of these
The
guys.
Cybermen, the creepy
I
dolls.
don't like Cybermen.
I hate Cybermen.
I'm
He
not.
loves them.
I can't understand them, so I don't like Cybermen.
Yeah.
We have to have subtitles on so I can understand the Cybermen. Because I can't stand them. I don't know.
Adipose.
I love the adipose because
Oh,
they're so cute.
Is that your favorite?
Can we maybe say favorite benign and favorite...
No, just pick a favorite
Well, because there were two
alien.
questions. There's one was best villain, one was best
Yeah.
alien. So how do you,
No, it can be the same.
All right,
but-
combine if you want
We haven't
to.
gotten to villain yet, have we?
No.
No. I know. I love
the
the.
next question, Rebecca.
I know. Okay, who's your favorite? Do you have a favorite at all?
I don't think I have a favorite.
All right.
Favorite.
Maybe
Curious
favorite
answer.
alien race. Is it
That's
alien
aliens.
race
It can
or
be whatever you
alien...
want.
I said
Whatever you want.
alien or
Specific.
aliens.
Mine
Whatever.
is specific.
They could
Mine's
be different.
specific.
They could be
Mine's-
different.
mine's
Favorite alien
specific.
race versus specific alien, though.
They're all aliens. Doesn't matter. So you go.
You're an
Time
alien.
Lords.
My favorite alien race is the Sycorax.
Yeah, they're okay.
They're basically Klingons,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
I
right,
friggin'
yeah.
love them. They have the badass armor. They fight with swords. They have
Yeah.
blood magic. Blood magic!
I know. That's pretty cool.
And they fly around in an asteroid. Just yeah.
I wish
bring
they'd
it.
come back.
I really wish they would come back.
Yeah.
They have it in the comics a little bit,
Yeah.
and they're still really badass.
Hmm.
But if I wanna also pick favorite alien, as in singular one alien. Don't roll your goddamn eyes at me.
I'm not rolling anything.
Better not be my
viewers.
favorite alien. I'll hit you.
Yeah. Come back to me. I gotta think of my favorite alien.
All right.
Oh.
Oh,
So you're
not your
arguing
favorite
about wanting to answer it and you have no answer.
I have too many answers.
No, you
No.
don't have any answers. You're next.
My favorite alien of all time on the Doctor Who series is Strax.
I love Strax.
Strax is
Strax
pretty
is
Human
cool.
boy.
I love Strax.
Female.
Yeah, okay, he's right up there for me too.
I love him. Just he wants to destroy everything all the time,
yeah.
but he nurses everything back to health. But he still wants to destroy it.
I love I love the three of them together.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ma-
why are we
Madame
not got a
Vast-
spin-off of those?
I
Hey,
know.
it's coming up.
Madame Vastra,
Yeah.
Jenny.
and
Oh, I
Strax.
love Jenny.
Oh, I love
Those
them.
three together.
I love
Just
Jenny.
awesome.
So does Madame Vastra.
So you have a fave alien. Do you have fave aliens then? If we're gonna go this route. Race?
No, I don't really have a favorite race.
I like the
There's-
Jejune too, just because.
It's
Yeah,
because
they're
the
okay.
rhinoceros.
Rhinoceros.
Oh, and the
yes.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Jejune are actually really cool.
I like
My
them.
fave aliens are the Daleks.
Of course.
Surprise, surprise.
I'm just a fan of pure evil.
Yeah, you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brings up.
I think it just brings out the best in people. It does though.
I'm gonna give you my favorite alien because I think I've narrowed it down. Ood Sigma.
I
the
love
Ood. You love
Ood. I
the
love
Ood.
Ood. I
Ood
forgot
are
about the Ood.
Great.
I
Yeah.
Friggin' love
okay,
the
I
Ood.
think they're probably my. I love the Ood.
Ood are pretty cool.
I like.
Because they got screwed over
Yes.
so hard.
So did
Yeah,
the
they did.
Daleks. Hello, wiping
What?
them out of time and everything.
Yeah.
Because they're
What an
evil and
asshole
they're
he
trying
was.
to kill everything. Are you kidding me?
I believe the term justified genocide is
Yeah.
applicable
The
here.
fact
No.
that there's an episode called "Let's Kill Hitler" kind of goes along with the idea of the show. Kill everything that's evil.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. It brings out the best in people. They
I-
wanna
I
get
had
rid
a
of-
problem with that episode title because the
Eh.
Doctor's not really about killing
I
things.
know,
No,
but it wasn't
that
about
much,
him.
but-
It was about River.
Yeah.
I mean, spoilers.
All right.
But I
Yeah,
do. I
we
like
really gotta put a disclaimer at the beginning of this episode.
What?
Spoilers.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
entire thing. But I like in season 2 with the Daleks versus the Cybermen, and
Yes.
and the Cybermen are like, how many are you? 4.
Yeah.
You wish to or you think to destroy us with 4? No, we think to destroy you with 1.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
You're evil.
Every
you're
time I
evil.
watch
No,
that, I
you're
just
evil.
imagine like a little arm coming out of the Dalek with a microphone and just
just drop.
Yeah.
dropping
my
it. Daleks out.
it was close. Cybermen was my second.
I can't stand this.
New or old Cybermen? What are your feelings
Doesn't
on the new
matter.
versions?
Either or. I like them both.
Yeah. I like the upgrading on the fly version.
Yeah.
Like, they're just Wi-Fiing themselves to be better.
That
Yeah,
was
it's-
creepy though.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Ah, we gotta
Cool.
electrocute you. Ah, we got
Like,
one.
They were like the Borg prototypes. They have the hive mind.
Mhm.
They're just building bodies out of former humans and
Mhm.
other former races. It's just awesome.
I do love how they brought them back in,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
why they look so different now, they came from parallel Earth. That's why they don't look like
Yeah.
dudes in silver jumpsuits anymore.
Yeah.
they had
Cardboard arms.
They had the cool head. Oh! Dalek was also kind of... It was a good episode, but I hated that guy. The guy that was in that
Oh.
episode. The,
Dalek Supreme.
no,
No,
the human dude with the stupid
What's
mustache.
his name?
Which episode was
The
it?
guy that owned, like, every artifact in the world.
Yes.
And owned
Oh,
the
yeah.
internet.
The guy has like a
And he had the
slugging
Dalek chained
hand.
up.
Yeah.
you mean?
I
Yeah.
love that
Yeah.
episode, but I hate that guy.
That was great.
Yeah, that guy was a dick.
All right, so worst alien, and I'll start this one off.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Here we
God.
go.
River Song.
Oh my
The
god.
worst
Oh, I love
alien being of all
You're putting her as an
time.
alien?
She's half-time Lord.
She's halftime Lord.
She's a hybrid. She's annoying.
Oh, I love her.
She's
So
not really
annoying.
halftime. I know
She's useless. She has no impact.
Useless?
whatsoever.
Are you-
Oh, yeah. She
kidding
has
me?
very little impact on the
She's just-
continuity of the show.
Yeah.
If they got rid of her, it would have been
I
the
would-
show would
greatest
be
thing.
weaker.
I
I would
wish
cry.
she had
I would
showed
cry,
up
too.
and like Amy Aurora put a bullet in her head.
What?
She is the
First of all, that
worst.
can't happen. Why would they do that?
Oh yeah, I forgot. She's their kid.
Wow,
I'm her
Geoff,
best friend.
you are now
Yeah.
promoting infanticide on the podcast.
She's their child and their
When
best
did she
friend.
first
Yeah,
show
the
up?
doctor's
Donna?
wife.
Maybe Donna should
Yeah,
have
she
took
showed
her
up.
out.
She showed up in the Silence in
Library.
the Library.
Yeah.
She is the
She-
worst character ever
They did
invented.
take her out.
She is
Yeah, she
terrible.
dies in the first episode she's in.
She
Yeah,
is on
exactly.
par terrible with Amy Farrah Fowler and Penelope off Criminal
Oh my
Minds.
god, you're ridiculous.
Jeff just doesn't like women.
I know.
I don't
That's
like
all it is.
annoying, terrible, poorly written characters.
And then you married one.
She's not.
Oh! You're a
So-
chauvinist and you hate babies.
No. I love women. Love all sorts of women. Just don't love River Song.
Oh, she's
Worst
awesome.
alien ever.
You really had to try and squeeze in your hate for River Song somewhere.
She's
I mean,
in multiple categories.
Oh, of course she is.
actually. All right.
That's why there's a lot.
Actually, we'll go to
questions.
Stephanie. Who's your worst
Wow.
alien
I
character?
don't think that I have. I said those stupid peg dolls, but I don't think they're really aliens.
No.
They were in the alien
They're-
list on the wiki, but it's not.
Hmm.
But no,
Technically
because
aliens.
they're like a manifestation
Yeah.
of the kid.
I think that most aliens, even whether they're evil or they're good, doesn't matter. They have, like, I mean, they're just there for the story. They're supposed to tell you about the universe. So I don't really think there's any worst one. I mean, there's worse ones as far as, like, Daleks or evil.
Oh, there's a
therefore-
worse one. Named
No.
River Song.
No, I love River.
But amazing.
You, like, everyone has their
You're the
place, and they
worst type
have...
of person.
I don't think I am, actually. I think there's a lot of River haters out there.
I don't.
I think so.
If only because she took the doctor.
All right.
Yeah.
Gary.
Uh,
Worst alien species and or singular.
I'm gonna say the fart gas monsters from whatever the hell those things were called.
Slitheen?
The Slitheen.
They were
hilarious.
They were all right. I didn't mind them.
They
They
were...
were insulting to the audience. They were so stupid. The concept behind them, like,
yeah, they were
but
great.
they didn't have to be like.
Oh man.
I'm gonna throw out a reference no one's gonna get except my friends who listen to this. They didn't have to go ripping Angelskis all over the place.
See, that doesn't make any
No,
sense.
exactly.
To any of our
I
audience.
think
Exactly.
I think,
Like-
though, that their reason for... I mean,
You might have to cut that out.
the fact that
Why?
they...
If no one knows what it is.
Well,
Anyway.
Yeah.
The fact that they're like fart monsters, I think it's kind of also bringing the kids in because every child will just laugh at that.
yeah.
Every
I
time they
thought
And
fart.
the concept
I
of
thought
like
it was
human skin suits, I
Yes.
think, is really cool.
Yeah.
And the female one that survived and had
Yes.
that callback later on,
Yeah.
I thought was a great episode.
Yeah.
Because it's like you get to examine the nature of law and executions
In the
with
universe.
criminals in the universe in the context of this show.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
the
But
first
just
episode?
the concept of the
them.
fart gas
Well, and the thing
monsters.
too is sometimes you could see the zipper and sometimes you couldn't on their
Oh,
forehead.
that's true. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
drove me crazy.
All right, your worst alien.
I can't stand the Cybermen because I can't understand them.
Oh.
And besides Strax, I don't like the Santarans.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the Centaurans.
Sometimes they're great.
I
I
love
don't know.
war
They have-
races.
they have a great work
cannon
ethic.
fodder.
Yeah.
They have a great
But I
work
didn't like
ethic.
the-
And they have the best weakness.
Yeah,
They literally
definitely.
can't turn around from a fight. They gotta
Yeah.
go
But I didn't
full
like
bore.
that. I didn't like the episode with the kid who was the
Centaur. Ha!
Yeah, I didn't like because I hated that kid in the episode who was
He had his bad side, but he had
was
redeeming
annoying.
qualities.
He was freaking rich, annoying, self-righteous.
If you had that much money, are you telling me that you wouldn't twist a little bit to be just a complete
No.
condescending prick? You lie.
I don't think I would side with.
I feel better than some people when I have $50 in my wallet, let alone if I had that much money.
Yes,
Yeah.
but would you ally with the Centaurans? Would you?
Yes!
I wouldn't.
If an alien race came to me and said, "Hey, you wanna help us build some stuff? You guys have a spaceship, right? Yeah."
Yes, but
I
would
am-
you be stupid
I am
enough to
in.
think that they would go that they?
No,
would...
I wouldn't. I would have figured that part
You
out.
would have had to figure out
All
a
right.
exit strategy.
Yeah.
So, from any series, worst overall character. I'll start this one
Oh
off.
God.
River
River
Song.
I believe that was not actually.
Worst character.
Wow.
She is terrible for all previous.
I think he just
mentioned
created that question so we
reasons.
could mention River Song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not an.
I've got a
pre-existing
better question.
No, answer this one first. Then you answer.
Well, I
it.
didn't say I wasn't going to answer. I just
Oh,
got
okay.
a better question.
Okay. What's your better
worst
question?
overall character?
That's what I just, yeah. I thought you were answering.
No, I'm going to say my one. Worst
All right.
overall character.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't get a chance to look this up.
Any
Oh!
series. Why do you have to look it up? You should just know. You just said you finished watching all the series.
I know, but I watched friggin' seven seasons.
But you've seen it multiple times now.
Yes, but
So
they all
who just
blend
annoys
together.
you?
I can't think of anyone.
Worst character overall would be the
Just someone you don't
weakest
like.
link robot.
Oh, that was pretty
It was
terrible.
dumb. I did
Yeah.
not like her.
Oh, that was awesome. That was
But she's
hilarious.
not just a robot. That's actually the lady who
I
does
know.
Weakest
I
Link.
don't like her.
I know it was.
And then they're on
I-
Weakest Link.
I agree,
Which
that
is
was-
better.
That was a pretty terrible
I know.
character.
Oh,
Actually.
that episode was just gold.
I
to me.
love that episode.
I
Although
actually
that episode
don't
did
care
have
for it.
Idris Elba, so I can't hate on
and,
that.
and Naked Jack.
Yeah,
previously
yep.
mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
God, I want Idris Elba to be
Stephanie.
the Doctor.
Well, Rebecca researches an answer
I
because
don't
she
know.
doesn't know.
Least favorite
Just because we don't have a
character.
steel trap mind like you. Oh wait,
Exactly.
You didn't ask this question
Steel
before, so I didn't
trap.
have time to think about it.
it's
I don't
rusted
know.
shut.
Yeah, so can't get anything out.
So you don't have a worst character?
No, you know what?
You like everyone?
I-
Creepy
I-
doll? The creepy doll isn't your worst character ever?
No, because they had a place.
Yeah, worst character I would.
No, I do. Those stupid clockwork droids in the girl in the fireplace.
Oh.
I hate them. Again
Those
with
are
stupid.
creepy.
I thought they
Again-
were awesome.
Again
I
with
like
dolls
them.
that are alive. I don't know what it is.
I thought they were like
They're
Cronin from Hellboy.
Also because
I loved them.
I keep getting those blind boxes that have the characters, and I have 3 of the stupid things now, and I hate them so much.
Oh, you know
I
who
have
I
none.
didn't like, and I understand.
You can have mine.
Who I didn't like in Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. The bad guy in that one,
What was that
You
one?
like Fitch?
Filch.
Filch? Whatever his
Oh,
name
Filch,
is?
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like
Aw.
him
Yeah, he was really evil.
because he committed genocide and
Yeah.
that's terrible.
So did the
No.
Doctor.
Yeah, genocide,
I know,
genocide.
but it's Silurians though. I don't know.
Hmm.
I didn't like him at all. I was depressed. I felt myself
Right,
getting
so you
depressed.
had
when I watched
a
this episode.
rebuttal question? Or
Yes.
just a totally different question?
This is a kind of a similar question. It's a favorite question. I'm pretty sure there was only one answer. You might know it. Favorite character we have never seen.
Never seen.
Yes.
What? Okay, so you
This
hear
has
your
one
voice, or-
answer and one answer only. It's been mentioned twice on the show, and the very concept of it sounds awesome. We get a little tiny idea of the scale of this character,
I
but
don't
we've
know
never
where
seen
you're
it,
going.
and I
You-
really want it to pay off in some
Just
form.
tell us the answer.
The Nightmare Child. I want to know what this thing is. It's been
Oh.
like since
true.
the first
The-
mentioning on was it the Davros episode?
I think so. The
I love
Mob, the
Davros.
Nightmare
Yeah.
Child or something.
Yeah, because we get the idea how big this damn thing is. Because during the Time War, his command ship flew into the jaws of the Nightmare Child.
Yeah.
What the hell is this
That's
thing?
true. I do. I
That'd be
mean,
great if it's during the 50th anniversary special.
Oh my god, I'd lose it.
I'm so afraid that that I'm gonna be disappointed with because I'm
I
so
know,
looking
there's so
forward.
much build up to it.
I know, so I'm so disappointed. I'm so worried that I'm gonna be disappointed with it.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's move on to... I'm going to do both at once.
Ooh.
Favorite spin-off and worst spin-off. And I'll start
Nah.
this one off. Favorite spin-off, and I'm just going to narrow it down, actually, Torchwood Children of Earth.
You son of a bitch.
Ah,
It was 5 perfect episodes of a condensed.
I am going to go on
season.
record right now. I'm going to agree with you, and I'm going to say that, gun to my head, it is the best sci-fi we have gotten in the last 15 years.
it's really.
It's better than Firefly. It's better than Galactica for
It's
what it
better
is.
than a lot of things.
It is complete, solid narrative told in 5 fantastic
I know.
parts. You hate it for one reason, and it's not fair.
I know, and it's
It's
the not
the whole,
a valid
no, I
reason
love,
even.
it's not just because of that, it's because of the whole thing. It's really well done, and I love
It's
it, but
brilliant.
I feel so depressed after watching
Yes,
it.
exactly.
But
I can't
again,
watch it again.
that's why I have it
gives
as
you
my
that,
least
if
favorite.
it
Yeah.
gives you that emotional reaction, whether it's positive or negative.
Yes, but I don't like
It's-
feeling depressed after watching a show. I'm not
Yes,
a show
but you
Alright.
can't always feel. I'd rather feel either really happy or really depressed,
Yeah.
as opposed to just
Man.
middle all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I love
so-
Torchwood. I love Torchwood.
I do.
But I
My
can't
worst
watch it.
spin-off, and I'm narrowing this down, Torchwood Space Vagina.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Didn't care for
I
it.
forgot about that. I was trying to think of my worst, and yes,
That's
that was
the worst. That was awful.
I enjoyed the season
Miracle
up
Day.
until that
Yeah,
point.
that
I
was-
found the
yeah.
entire
I found it
I was-
just
I wanted a little more.
I
filler
enjoyed
stuff.
it. I enjoyed it actually quite a bit. There were
I
some
did.
really good episodes, like the flashback episode with him in the 30s
That was
and
cool.
dating that guy he was
Oh,
in love
yeah,
with. That was
that's
really
right.
great. One of the best episodes
the
ever.
like complete ass kicking that Jack took.
Yeah.
You like that part?
I thought there was too little filler in that. It was all go. The one thing I was bored
It was
after
all
a few
go.
episodes.
Well,
I
yeah.
was
It
bored
was,
after-
America.
yeah.
I was
So-
bored
Well, it's
after a couple
American,
episodes.
that's
Yeah.
why.
But once you got to the end and the big bad is a giant space vagina,
Yeah, that was.
that's when it ruined
That
it
was
for
terrible.
me.
That was
You
terrible.
set me up for that before I watched it, and I watched it, and I'm thinking, does Geoff know what those look like?
Oh, I knew. I knew the second it came on because we were watching it weekly.
And he yells, "Space vagina."
Yeah, that's what the first
Yeah,
thing I
I
thought too.
I just going into it, I was so reserved about that series coming
I
off of
was
Children of
too.
Earth. I'm like, okay.
Well, and I
So-
mean, anything that comes to America too.
Yeah.
So
That's
now,
what I didn't like.
that's not the only stuff. There's K9, there's Sarah Jane Adventures.
I know.
Don't
There's a
talk
ton.
down to that.
There's a ton. So let's go. You favorite worst.
Just ditto marks what you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Children of Earth, like I said, is utterly fantastic.
Yeah.
Like
amazing.
I love Firefly. I love Battlestar Galactica. I would sit down and watch all 5 parts of Children of Earth in a heartbeat. You asked me to watch all of Firefly. I'm like, can we skip a few? Or all of Galactica? I'm like,
You know what's
okay,
funny
can we-
too, though? It took you a long time to watch Children of Earth
Yeah, it did.
after it aired, like a year and a half,
That's fine.
because you. I don't know why. You were
I
so
was
reserved to watch it.
I was disappointed by season 2 of Torchwood. I think I was
I like
bad
season
taste in
two.
my mouth more so than
Well,
anything.
it was all right. I didn't mind it.
Eh. But yeah, Children of Earth has fantastic bad guys, great history behind it, fantastic performances. Everything is solid. You have the
Yeah.
tragedy element, and it's
See,
it's just
And that is
great.
one of my points from previous of a Doctor Who when they split up the series into 6 or 7 episodes. Every episode should count.
Yeah, but
like
that was a mini series. That was
I know it
5
was.
episodes. That
That's
was
fine.
basically a 5-hour
Doesn't
movie.
matter. You can still do that with a mini season. Like Breaking Bad did it successfully. They split it into 2. Every episode mattered. It was perfect.
Mhm.
That's how Doctor Who should do it. Mattered. Same, different.
Same. I like all of Torchwood.
I love.
Yeah.
I love.
I mean, besides the.
Kanan
Yeah.
the cartoon. Any
I never
love?
saw the
I
cartoon.
would love to see Kanan.
I
I
haven't
love
seen
Kanan.
it. I haven't seen Kanan. I haven't seen the Sarah Jane Adventures.
No, neither have I.
So, or whatever it's called.
See any of the 80s ones?
No, I never saw any of that stuff.
Sarah Jane Adventure is the kids' show for
Yeah.
Doctor Who, which is
I'd
fine.
still watch it.
I love
Yeah.
Torchwood because it's a little more adult, like that. You know.
Yeah.
It's. Yeah, I mean, it has. You can swear in it. You have. You know, there's more.
There's more adult. Or
I
More
did
adult,
not. I
yeah.
did not like that they brought it to America.
I didn't even.
I hate
And
it.
I was worried about.
I think
I was
now
worried about it.
that's
I
the
think
reason
we were.
why
I
we're
think
doing
that's
it.
why. I think that's why they haven't like.
Yeah.
They just
'cause
went.
it
No, we're
didn't-
not going to make any more because
Yeah.
you screwed it up and took it to America.
Yeah.
And now we have 2 people with Jack's powers.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
like, oh, what's better than 1 immortal? America, 2 immortals!
Yeah.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
I did
Well,
not
there's,
like.
there's more people.
I did not like
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was terrible.
Dear audience, not that we don't love America. America is great. America is beautiful.
We are your hat.
Wear us proudly.
It's true.
But yeah, I just. I
Good
did not-
shower.
But when you take a UK show that's purely UK and everything that makes it awesome is UK.
I was
and then
hoping
bring
it
to
would be
America.
good because it was stars, but no, I just and plus I was bored after like 2 or 3 episodes because it was I would have liked a tiny little bit of filler, just to lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah. It was very serious.
It was too serious the entire
It did have
time.
that super creepy line though from President Jeff Daniels.
What?
She should have run faster.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
man.
told me that, and I'm like, yeah, you're selling me on watching this show, Jeff. That's creepy as all hell.
Yeah, I find it too
Okay.
heavy most of the time.
Favorite villains or
I'll start.
villain? Okay, you start.
Angels in the Silence.
Yeah.
Yay!
Those are your favorite and worst?
Those are my favorite.
Okay.
My worst favorite, or my worst favorite. My least favorite are the Clockwork Droids and those stupid dolls.
Those dolls are creepy.
I hate alive dolls,
Yeah.
especially when they're trying to kill you. That's just not good.
Least favorite villain would probably be. I did not care for those weird silver fish things on the desert sand world.
Yeah, I didn't care for
They were
them either.
the weak CG. They were just thrown in because they needed a bad guy. They
Metal
didn't have much
manta rays.
behind. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just didn't really care for them that much. The Master is my favorite villain.
Master's
I
good.
think it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Pretty cool.
I love the angels and in Waters of Mars. Those things are creepy.
Oh yeah, the water zombies.
So that's
Yeah.
your least favorite, the water
Well, no,
zombie
they're
things?
but I wouldn't. No, they're not like they're really cool. They're freaking creepy as hell, but I like them because they're so
Oh, okay.
creepy.
Mhm.
Like it's like a mini horror movie, right?
Yeah.
It's really least favorite. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Slidane.
My favorite, Davros.
Davros was my
ultimate
close second.
evil. Love that.
But
was
he
great.
really ultimate.
He's pretty evil. He's pretty evil.
Davros v Master.
Master's not.
And
evil.
Master
He's
had some
misunderstood.
in the specials. He came back a little bit, and
But still,
Davros is evil. Master's misunderstood. He had a bad childhood.
The Master is a
a lot of people have bad childhoods.
Not Davros. He was just evil. Pure
yeah. I would say that the Master is just a giant
Worst villain.
baby.
The
Always
fish
playing
vampires. I believe that was Waters of Venice, was it not?
Yes.
They're pretty terrible. And not that I would call this a villain. I don't even know what it is. But the Tree King from the Last Christmas thing.
Oh,
He's just a king. He's made of wood, sitting
Yeah.
there.
Wasn't
Pretty
awful.
useless.
I fell asleep through that episode when we watched it the second time. So
That's the weakest Christmas special. I
It
think.
is
Yeah,
the
definitely the
weakest
weakest.
Christmas episode. Yes,
it
for
could have been
sure.
amazing.
All right, so who do you want to see, or what do you want to see, or whatever? Come back, make a comeback, or show up for more.
I would like to see Jack Harkness come back. I want more
yes.
Jack Harkness.
He's my number one.
Well, we haven't seen him since Tennant left, and
They haven't asked him to come back.
Yeah, he's not in the 50th, which is a massive
that
disappointment.
sucks. Like,
Total BS.
Yeah.
that's totally
But
yes.
an unpopular answer, because I feel she needs a little bit more of a redemption
River
type
song.
thing. I want to see some more Mickey and Martha stuff.
I love Mickey and Mark. I love
Yeah,
how
I
they
think
ended.
those would be really a cool
Yeah.
thing to see.
Yeah.
Like, if they're gonna redo Torchwood, if BBC's like, no, Star's goofed up on this.
Yeah.
We'll
I
do
think
Star.
a Torchwood version with Jack, Mickey and Martha,
Hmm.
and I don't know, maybe Sarah Jane Smith's son
Yeah, that would be
would
the right
be
way to
really
to work
cool.
on Martha.
But leave
Yeah.
what's her face out?
The girl from
Gwen.
Gwen.
You don't like Bucktooth Goalpost?
I like her, but I love Reese. So
Yeah, Reese is hilarious.
I love Reese.
He's like the other Rory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
I
Oh
thought,
my God!
Rory
Reese
and
and
Reese.
Reese.
That's the spin-off.
Ah!
that'd be amazing. But yeah, like I love when we saw the the whole Mickey and Martha thing. I was like, yes, that's amazing. So I'm
makes
looking
sense.
Yanto's brother-in-law.
Come back. I just want to see more of the Ice Warriors. I love them when the old
Yeah.
shows, and I like the new one when they were in the
Submarine.
or
Yeah.
whatever. It was pretty cool. So I want to see them though, like more of like their army type thing, like a lot of them.
Yeah.
Well, they've mentioned them before too. Like they've
Yeah.
come up as, that
The
must
Waters
have
of
been the
Mars,
Ice
and,
Warriors.
Yeah, they mentioned
Yeah.
them there.
But you've only seen them once, and it was not
kind
the
of a
best.
weak. It was kind of a
episode.
weak.
The
representation.
redesign of the Ice Warrior, like
Yeah,
for the
it's
changes
cool.
they made was really cool. Having them pop out of the armor,
Yeah.
But like, because I'd never seen anything with the Ice Warriors before,
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of weak. Like I knew that it was a returning
Yeah.
things, but I thought as a
return,
it was a little weak.
Yeah.
Stephanie.
What I'd like to see, obviously, Jack, River, and more angels, always.
Oh yes.
Let's keep everyone
Always
from,
the angels.
Let's keep everyone from going to sleep.
Okay, who needs a break on the show? Who needs a break? Me? River Song.
Of course you say that.
Get her off.
I'm
She needs a
actually
break.
going to agree with you on that. I
There's
think
too
I
much.
think we've done our course with River. We
They've
know.
But she was hardly in the last season though.
She was in it too much.
She
They
was
shifted
in
the
last
focus
episode.
away from the show.
We know you hate her, so
Having her story is kind of wrapped nicely. We know where she goes, what happens to her.
But I would like to see.
if she popped up every
Yeah, exactly.
10 episodes or
Yeah.
something, it wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once a
He
year.
visits
Yeah,
the library every
once
once in a while or something.
Yeah.
No, because it has to be going backwards where she doesn't know him yet,
True.
right?
Yeah.
So
But I was wondering
but
about
then
that too, though.
the closer we get to that, the closer we get to the end of the show.
But I was
Is
wondering about that
Capaldi
too,
gonna
'cause-
run into her because she always mentioned like he was older when she last saw him.
It's possible.
They're gonna have to end with the last, a really old guy.
I think I think a cool thing to see sometime during Capaldi's run would be him giving her the red sonic screwdriver.
Right? Yes. Yeah,
Because remember, he shows up in a brand new suit, takes her out for
Yeah.
that last date, gives her the screwdriver, and then she goes to the library.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that should
Yeah, we need
be
to have that.
that
We need
should
to
be
wrap
the
that
last
up.
appearance of River Song.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Because
like,
then we've got everything.
the thing is, though, she's known about him her entire life, because she grew up as
I guess that's
their
true,
best
that's what
friend.
it is, yeah.
So I think the first time she actually met him was when Let's Kill Hitler.
Mm.
I think.
I guess that's true. No, because she would have because it says the first time we met was right before then we already get the death of the doctor, right? But it doesn't happen. But it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So that's when they first met.
It's so confusing.
I know.
because,
All right.
Anyway.
Who needs a break from the show? What
Well-
character, villain, companion? Who needs a break from that show?
I don't want to see any. I'm done with Cybermen for a while. I'm
Me too.
not a fan of Cybermen, especially because I can't understand them. And I thought the last episode they were in was really cool with like the whole, but I was just where can they go from there? They're already
Everywhere. They can go
Anywhere.
But
That's right.
they had to blow up a friggin' planet in order to kill them. How you know?
I love how that like army military organization planet thing decided to deal with the Cybermen.
We'll just kill ourselves.
Yeah.
Blow up the planet.
But, like,
Whatever.
That's how they had to blow up a planet just to get rid of them. So if they were to show up elsewhere with that kind of upgrade,
Yeah.
That'd be scary.
it'd be pretty unstoppable. So.
Garry, go away forever. Or not, sorry.
See you later.
Who needs to
would be
go
I
on a
think
break?
that was
On a
Wow.
That needs to
I
be
think
the
we
end.
know Geoff's true feelings now.
Yeah. He hates River Song and you.
Yeah.
Who needs a
You
break
do
from the
realize this is
show?
his place, right?
Or what needs a break from
You're at
the
his
show?
house.
Yeah.
You're at his house, Geoff. So go away forever.
Okay.
I think something that needs to go away forever.
The TARDIS. No.
Oh my god, why would you say that?
Don't even joke about that.
Clara.
Really?
Not Claire.
Yeah. She's
don't-
been subpar so far.
Well,
to me.
the first time I watched her,
She's
I didn't.
dangerously close to being the new Martha for me.
The first time I watched her, I wasn't
Yeah.
a fan, but the second time around, I liked her better.
Yeah,
So
they
I
need
liked
to
her-
wrap that
I liked
story
her
up.
souffle girl.
Yeah,
That was cool. And then
I'm interested to see how things are now after she.
after everything's been revealed,
I did
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that Dalek planet thing.
Yes, that was
That
cool.
was awesome.
Yeah.
Dalek
The
planet.
Silent
Homeworld.
of the Daleks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how things are now that we know what what's
What
so
she
special.
is.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything on that show needs to go and never ever reappear? I'll start River Song
Okay.
How did I know you're gonna say that? Jesus Christ.
because she's the worst.
She is not the
The
worst.
worst. And if she can't go away, Peter Moffat, the writer, because he keeps bringing her back.
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
But I like him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's fine. If he stops bringing her back.
Okay.
So
Alright.
that's my answer.
Well, he's stopped. I mean, she's only back once during Clara's.
Yeah.
run.
All right.
Right,
so-
and it was only just to be a supporting character. He
Yeah.
wasn't
Griff.
actually there.
Who on that show
I don't know.
never
there's-
return? What? Like a planet, a place, an alien, character?
I don't know. There's nothing because a lot of the places that they go are one-off, so it's not as if
Yeah.
Not true. Gone to New York like 50 times.
Yeah, but that's cool.
that's cool though. I mean, like most of the alien places they go, and a lot of the aliens they see are a one-off thing. There's only a few returning ones.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything like there aren't a whole lot that.
I think wanting to get rid of something completely limits what they could do with it
Yeah.
I
later
don't think
on.
so.
I don't think so, too.
They could get rid of creepy dolls. They've done that a few times
I'd
already.
appreciate that.
So, they've showed it a little bit. Actually, once? Maybe twice. Gallifrey and other Time Lords. So, should they come back? Should they be part of the show?
I think it's
again?
time.
I think as long as Gallifrey doesn't replace Earth.
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
Then yes.
That was my point. It was kind of like they've been.
If it did.
Like,
They're probably better anyway.
Yeah.
So.
would it be good to have the planet there because too many Time Lords, maybe?
No,
Would they
it's
make
not
a
like
good
it's
enemy?
not like there'd be like 50 other doctors running around. Even
No, I
amongst
know.
his people, he's pretty unique.
But I do think that without the other Time Lords, it does kind of limit it a little bit. Like they could do more if they have. more
Because
Time
they're
Lords.
still locked in the Time War loop thingy, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know the state they're in after they got shoved back.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
Like after Rassilon's plan failed.
Yeah.
Like
Timothy Dalton.
Timothy
Perfect.
Dalton was awesome in that.
That was
The
perfect
final
casting.
sanction
Yeah.
was great.
I
I want to
just-
know who that bloody woman was.
Yeah.
Like with the eyes covered. Like was it Donna? Was it his mother?
Yeah.
What the hell? These are the questions. Damn it!
I know. I would love to see a movie. I want to see a movie.
I want. Yeah, Time War would be great.
That would be really
That would be
good.
cool.
They were talking about it, but then they
I'd
were
have
doing
to, I'd be
American
so
version.
afraid again though that it wouldn't be done properly.
Well, and not all the Time Lords are going to be like the Doctor. They're not
Yeah.
all going
Yeah.
to want to go and save everybody.
I want
They're
to
gonna
see. I
wanna
want to
just-
see the plumber Time Lord. Like this is their toilets.
Does
Does he have a sonic
The
screwdriver?
electrician. The...
Yeah, exactly. Who builds the giant domes?
Like, I think if they did come back, that would be like a whole series of just
Oh, yeah.
dealing with
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
It would
that would be
have
a
to-
great cliffhanger. Like Gallifrey comes out of the time lock,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then we get.
But then the Daleks also get out, too.
Yeah,
Yes.
you could write it around that.
But then there could be a whole series of movies based on that. Like there doesn't need to necessarily be a show.
Yeah.
Because that would be a good movie. It can be all action all the time. And
we
I'm
have-
worried
we have
about
40
movies that come out of
years of-
TV shows though.
Oh, I know, of course.
Because
Yeah.
we had 40 years of the Time Lords being there,
Yeah.
and it was cool to shrink it down to just one Time Lord when it restarted. Now that people kind of have a working knowledge of the entire Doctor Who mythos and universe,
Mhm.
I think it'd be cool to get Gallifrey back.
Well, and I'm also-
I never realized how big that planet was.
Yeah.
Good lord.
I'm also a little tired of I'm the last one. I'm
Yes,
you know,
that's
one of a
true,
kind. I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of
Well,
done
especially
with that.
since
No, you're
there's
not.
other people who are Time Lords.
Yeah.
Or
Mhm.
part-time.
But I'm
Daughter.
tired of the whole like
You
I
have a
understand
wife.
him because I'm the last one too, and just really emo,
Yeah.
and I'm tired of that. I'm done. Like that's
Tennant,
been-
Tennant did that more than I think Smith did.
Oh yeah, but
That's
that it was
Mhm.
it's overdone. Like
Did
there's
Eccleston ever play that card?
He may have read at the beginning.
Like he was still raw from it, so I don't think he was.
But it's
too,
it's the episodes where they're dealing with someone who's also the last of
Yes.
like
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the Spider Queen, whatever. She was
Yeah.
the last of her
I
kind.
liked her.
I understand you because we're both the last.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I'm done with
You're
that.
evil, so too bad.
Yeah.
I'm over that.
Drown it.
All right, so I'm gonna switch these around a little bit. So I got three more main ones anyway. So, which companion had the best exit from the show? So, just for instance, Rose got stuck in the alternate timeline and said her goodbyes. Right? Remember that?
I was just too happy.
Martha basically just quit. She's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I'm
you
going back to
know,
my normal life.
Martha went back to do.
Donna was
Oh.
essentially dying with the energy, and he saves her, and blah blah blah. And then Rory and Amy went sacrificed themselves and stayed back in time and whatever.
I think
I think that was the most epic ending.
I
No.
love
I love
Donna's.
angels.
I love
so-
Donna's.
Donna's. I thought was the
wiping
was
her
the best.
memory and saving her.
Well, the whole finale was awesome. 'Cause they brought
Yeah.
everyone back from
Yeah, that
Torchwood
is
and everything,
true.
and all the other
Yeah.
companions too. So
The-
I thought the whole finale. I thought that was my favorite
Every-
finale.
Everyone got something positive out of their exit. Donna got just rammed the hardest when it came
Yeah.
to how much she got screwed
She
over.
did. At least everyone else gets to remember their time and stuff.
Yeah.
She forgets it. Like she had to forget everything.
Yeah, and like Rose
But
got to be
her-
happy
Her
with
grandpa remembered. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Rose,
Yeah,
and
but-
then look what happened with that.
Yeah.
Rose ended up getting
she's happy on the
her
other
Doctor
side.
Sex toy.
Oh yeah,
uh,
that's right.
She's
on-
got a doctor.
Yeah, on that genocidal Earth thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martha.
Well, she got a whole
She
new
just
job.
quit.
Martha
She got a new
quit,
job.
got a new job, became a doctor, worked
Yeah.
for Unit,
Dating Mickey.
and then married Mickey.
I think Martha got the best deal.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
She got out when the getting was good.
Yeah.
Basically, like,
Yeah.
she put
She
it on her
was-
resume,
she was
and
a
then she
smart
got a
one.
fantastic job.
Companion. Unit sees that. Oh,
Yeah, she was the
you don't
smart
get
one to
many
get
of
out when she
these.
got out, and so she still had a life afterwards.
Yes,
whereas
exactly.
Amy and Rory are
Everyone
stuck
else
in that
pretty much.
apartment.
Well, Amy and Rory had
They
kids.
had their life.
They grew old
Yeah,
together.
they
yeah,
wrote
so
books.
but they're pretty much stuck in that apartment the entire. Because as soon as they leave,
That's true,
you
yeah.
know, so they're stuck in a tiny little area.
I don't know. I
for
just
the rest
think
of their lives.
as much
I don't know,
as
1930s New York, becoming a famous author, having a bunch of kids and that. I don't think they got too shafted
Rory
out
getting
of
to
the
bang
deal.
Amy all the time. Hello.
I don't know, but I do think Donna got shafted the most. She got
You
yeah,
mean
she
Amy
got the
getting
worst.
to bang Rory all the time? Hello.
I think
Things
he's
got
telling
a
us a
little
lot
weird.
more about who
yeah, you
we are,
really
a
like
lot-
Jack Harkness. You like when he was naked in, in the episode.
See, I
Big
liked
Tennant
it.
is a very handsome man.
yeah.
Uncomfortable? Just because you are uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Donna got the worst deal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because she was thrilled, and she even says like she was gonna travel with him for the rest of her life.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
she
she
was.
was so
Yeah.
She was done.
Yeah.
They go back to Earth every once in a while to see her family, but
Yeah.
she was gonna be with him forever. And what opened up to her when she became the Dr. Donna, and like
that was amazing.
I would love to have seen them have a little bit more time, like
Mhm.
Yes,
having them
that's true.
together.
Yeah.
And it was heart wrenching
Well, another
seeing
thing
them.
too is because I mean, even though Martha hasn't come back in forever, she still could, but
Oh, yeah.
they can't really do much with Donna because if she
Nope, she'll
she-
die.
She'll
She can't
die.
do
She
anything.
remembers.
Yeah.
So
They had her
there's
a
not-
little bit, and then she went. That failsafe kicked
Yeah.
in. And,
But there's not a whole lot they can do with her because of
Which
how
is-
she
which
ended
is
up.
shitty,
And it's the
yeah.
same
So
thing with
weird.
Amy and Rory because they're stuck in that
Yeah.
apartment.
that was always a weak
that's-
explanation of why they're stuck there.
No, but it's not true because he's gone back and forth between them being with him and not. That
Yeah.
there can be times when he could go back to
Oh, yeah.
in the middle between
Yeah.
when they
Yeah.
saw him, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it'd be crossing timelines, but you know, he
No, but
does
he-
that
but
on
the
a
thing is-
weekly
But
basis
he
now.
left. But he left for like say 5 years. They went and did their own thing. Wrote
Yeah,
books,
there's a lot of
perfume,
time
all
in that-
other
in
stuff,
that
right?
Yeah,
season
because
where
they
he
were
was
in that
gone.
house that he gave
Yes,
them,
and
and,
then
they're just
they-
hanging out there for a little
And
while.
then he saw them in the
Mhm.
mall. So that
Yeah.
might have been a
Yeah,
couple
there are-
years
there are a
later.
lot of-
So he wouldn't even be crossing his own timeline
Yeah.
if he went. To
When
see
he
them.
was sending them messages on like that black and white movie
Right,
yeah.
and
Yes,
that,
yeah, yeah.
they had no contact with him. He could go hang out with them, but I think from writing it that
Oh, yeah, of
standpoint,
course, of course.
he doesn't want to go through that again.
Oh,
where
yeah.
he knows.
Especially since
Oh,
he
yeah.
knows that that's what
Yeah.
happened to them. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to put himself through it.
I think people saying that, oh, just go find them another time and being mad about it. Like context of the story,
Yeah.
it makes
It would be way too
sense.
hard for him.
Yeah,
Especially
I'd be-
since he's going to be feeling, well, you guys are stuck, and I
Yeah.
can't
Well,
help
and-
you.
and
I'm going to go
after-
see you, but I
and he
can't
could
help
never
you.
say anything to
Yeah,
them about
exactly.
it.
Yeah,
Like
and
the wibbly wobbly explanation of to why he can't is, I think, unnecessary given the emotional context of
Yeah.
it.
He
But
just wouldn't be
people,
able to
a lot of
handle it.
people wouldn't have gotten that, so they had
Yeah.
to throw in a technical
Well,
reason,
just,
and
I
then
mean,
that
look at-
blew up and be like, well, bullshit. They can totally go back. He's on a time machine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be way too. I mean, look at how after they got stuck there, you know, between that episode and the Christmas episode, it was very clear that it was a long, long time before
Yeah.
he had
Yeah.
anyone. And he really retreated into himself, and he was not
Oh,
helping
yeah.
anyone.
Well, it was the same with Rose too. He
Yeah.
kind of was like, I don't need anybody. I'm going to go off on my own. I don't
Yeah.
need anyone. And that was kind of like, no, I kind of need somebody.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when he's doing the specials in the Water of Mars.
That's
Because he's the
Yeah.
last one, Rebecca.
And then
he needs
when
a
he's-
companion. He's the last one.
But it's just, yeah, I mean, it's an emotion. I don't
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Even if the two wanted to come back, and even like it would be way too hard for him to be able to handle. it.
So, thoughts on Peter Capaldi? How do you think he'll do?
I'm hopeful.
I am too. He's worked with Neil Gaiman before.
And I loved
So, I
him in
mean,
his episode of
he knows-
Doctor Who, and I loved him in Torchwood.
Yes, that's right.
So
Yeah.
I'm
I love how their Moffat's got a way to kind of possibly explain why the new Doctor looks like two other characters.
Everyone
that
has
we have.
clones.
No, it's not.
Doppelgangers. Everyone
No.
has a doppelganger.
No.
You've been watching too much Vampire Diaries.
yeah.
And How I Met Your Mother.
And how much? Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Lesbian Robin, Mexican wrestler Ted,
Yeah.
Stripper Lily.
Stripper Lily, Lawyer Marshall,
And then there was no Barney.
Mustache
No.
Marshall.
Mustache Marshall.
And there's
yeah.
no Barney.
No Barney yet. I actually was a
Wasn't the
lawyer,
doc-
isn't he?
No, there was supposed to be, but it was Barney playing himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he wanted them to have a baby.
Everyone has a doppelganger. That's
No.
what it's going to explain.
No, the I mean we have genetic marker tie downs. That's like hand me downs from generations.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
so that
that's
is
why
it.
Gwen looks like the girl from the Geoff. That was going to be my worst alien race.
Oh, yeah, I don't
Hated
like
the
them either.
Gelf.
I
They were
forgot about
dumb.
Yeah.
But there was an interview that Moffat did they might work it in if it makes sense in the context of the story they're telling during Capaldi's run.
Yeah.
That it's kind of known that the Doctor's faces aren't random. They come from somewhere.
Okay, so he's gotten it from somewhere.
Yeah, so it might have been like
He's
met
seen
this guy.
them.
yeah,
or
like he
whatever.
saved
So
these
from Pompeii,
specific
yeah.
people from Pompeii.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
it's a recall thing. Maybe it's
Yeah.
how he regenerates and he pulls somebody that he's seen before
Oh,
or
that's
someone they have a
interesting.
connection
Makes
with. Which, you know,
That'd be
I'm
cool.
cool with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than, oh, my cousin worked there. Really? Your cousin who looks exactly like you. Okay. That was a bit of a slut. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
She was a bit of a sloot.
So, how long do you think this show should run? Keep running?
As long as they can keep
Yeah, I think
telling
so too.
stories
Yeah.
that are entertaining and
As
Think
long as
it'll
they
go
can keep
another
it fresh.
50?
I don't know. I think I don't know because
Oh, I have another thought about Capaldi. If we get Craig Ferguson on the show,
That'd be
Oh,
pretty
be
oh, that'd be
amazing.
amazing.
I love that interview Craig Ferguson did. He goes, I've done drugs with the Doctor.
He was so excited.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's funny.
I think as long as they can keep the story, good and
Yeah.
fresh, and
Mhm.
without
I
because
agree.
each companion has a different tie to the Doctor too. It's a different type
Yeah,
of relationship every
different
time. And so
setup,
as long as they
yeah.
can keep that
Yeah.
fresh too,
Yeah.
then
It's the same reason why Stargate theoretically should have kept going forever. They have infinite stories they can tell. The second
yeah.
you step through that Stargate, the second that TARDIS door opens, you can
Yeah.
be anywhere.
I think the main thing
Anywhere,
though is
anytime,
I think
yeah.
the main thing though is the relationship between the Doctor and the companion. That's
Yes.
what that's what's going to run out. I think they're going to have they could run out of the ways that
Interesting
they
ways
interact.
to tell that story.
Well, yeah, because they've had the best friend, they've had like
But
the
that's
family,
that's
they've
why
had the
I
love,
think that's why I think it's time that we mix up. We've mixed up the companions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's mix up the Doctor half of it. Let's get the female Doctor.
Mm.
Let's get someone of a different race in there. Like
Mhm.
having Idris Elba play
Dalek Doctor?
that makes
Amazing.
no sense.
No, he doesn't mean race like
Amazing.
alien
no,
race.
that would
He
still
means-
be cool though. He regenerates into a Dalek.
Like we know how is
He's-
that?
He's
What?
pulling the wrong.
He'd just be a squiggly little brain guy.
Yeah, he'd be the inside of the
That
dog.
was based off Davros' genetic code, right? So that wouldn't work.
That'd be
Do
awesome.
you know how fake science works?
Yes. That's why it would work.
That's why it would. Shit, he's not actually wrong.
Yeah.
That's why it would
Hello.
work because it's fake science. But having him be a female would be great. I think that'd be
I'd love
really
that.
Especially
cool.
since he keeps going on about how I have long hair, I'm a girl, and then
Yeah.
oh no, I'm not
No.
a girl.
Well, and the ginger thing too.
Yeah, the
People-
gender thing.
They need to have.
That's
a
why it would have
ginger
been great
one.
if
yes.
Ron Weasley had been.
No, that would
Ron
not have been
Weasley.
great.
One of the was it Ron Weasley that was up for it?
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, that'd be kind of neat. But
I don't know if
They
you
could
can
have
pull it
female
off.
Ginger and have Ginny.
Yeah,
there you
exactly.
go.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's someone that needs to come back. Jenny needs to come back.
He loves Jenny.
It's his daughter.
Yeah,
She's a Time
that's
Lord.
true. And she went off, exploring too. So
Yeah.
they need to. I think
Yeah,
they need to
That is true.
intercept
That's
again.
true.
That'd be really cool to have
Hmm.
that.
They definitely need to intercept
But
again
yes,
for sure.
I think mixing up. They've clearly shown over the entire 50-year history of the show that they mix up the companions. 'Cause, I
Yeah.
mean, we've
Yeah.
had different races, different genders, ethnicities. of-
K9.
Exactly.
Well, in group, like
Yeah, we've had
We've
like
had-
3 people,
yeah.
4 people. I mean, having that might be something I would like to
Mhm.
see after Coleman's run. Like have 3 people come in, have a kid with his parents or something,
yeah, that'd be
have
neat.
different versions of it. Have an alien companion.
Mhm.
We don't necessarily always have to have it as a human
Exactly.
companion.
That's true.
I
That's
think
true.
have one of the Solarians be a companion
That'd
would be
be
kind of
cool.
neat.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Have that dynamic, but let's keep it fresh, keep it mixed up. I mean,
Yeah.
we've
Mhm.
had
But-
old white guys, we've had young white guys, we've had younger white guys, we've had middle-aged white
I
guys.
know.
That's the one constant through the show.
Yeah.
White guy.
But I think
Everybody
the
else
key,
has changed.
The key is the relationship between the Doctor and whatever companion. So
Yeah.
they need to, as long as they can keep that fresh and a different story every time, then they're not. As long as they're not going to keep, because I mean, I don't know. As long as they don't end up recycling those kind of stories, I
And,
think you're
and
okay.
you were saying how worried about things letting down and being a disappointment.
Mhm.
I think when we continually up arc on our stories,
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I think the audience is set up for more disappointment
Mhm.
when it's tease, payoff. Let's get back to the one-off episodes like
Mhm.
Blink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blink
Yeah.
didn't tie into the overarching story
But it
of
was
that.
an awesome episode.
Yeah,
All by itself.
it's the X-Files
Yeah.
mentality.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You have the big overarching story, but 3 weeks in a row. Here's here's
Yeah.
a dude who can go into air vents episode,
Yeah.
and let's have the one-off stories so that it's not
Eugene Toombs.
Yeah. friggin' Eugene Toombs.
I can't believe you remembered that.
That was one of the only episodes I remember. 'Cause
Oh.
I remember after watching that show, my sister and my brother and my cousin, we went to a camp. We went to KOA camp, and we played a game called Eugene Tomb to create a game. Where
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah,
We're
during,
like grade 6.
Well,
during that stuff, that'd be another way to keep it fresh, because then we're not always, okay, what's next? What's next?
Well, and it keeps
I'd
their
like to
costs
see
lower,
them run
too.
into
Yeah.
versions of characters that come back but different. Like, I would love to see Ninja Robot Amy come back. I would love that.
But I think that's part of the reason why American Torchwood didn't work. 'Cause there wasn't any of those one-off episodes. They're all just
It was
Go.
one
Yeah.
story.
yeah.
Which
and that
which is weird, because that's why Children of Earth was so good,
yeah.
Yes.
because it was
They're
all...
trying to build
But it was
up.
only 5 episodes, whereas this was like a whole,
Oh yeah, like
series.
There's a
was
lot
it,
longer.
28 episodes or whatever
Yeah,
the hell it was.
ridiculous.
It was a lot of episodes, and
Yeah,
it
there
was
too many storylines going on at one time.
it was too dense and too heavy.
Yeah.
I would have appreciated just a one-off every once in a while, and I kept hoping for that throughout the whole season.
Well, they sort of did with the flashback episode.
Yeah,
that's
but
all
that's-
it was. The whole episode. Was
yeah,
a
but
flashback.
that was like one
So tied
episode
in,
though.
yeah.
That was one of the good episodes, but
Yeah,
for
it
the
was the
most
best
part,
episode.
though,
So they could have done so many because he's been
Yeah.
around so
Exactly.
many things.
Yeah.
He's
But
clearly
they-
loved a lot of people.
But they could. I mean, there are other aliens in the world.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They could have just touched on one or two every once
Maybe
in a
the
while.
space vagina sucked them all up.
Ugh.
Well, that's another point for Doctor Who continuing though.
If
is
I'm
that there's
finding a picture to use for that,
I'll find it.
go to DeviantArt, you
Alright.
probably will.
Oh, God. Anyway, they've
Just
done
screen cap the show.
they've done a lot of like Earth stories,
Uh-huh.
which I love because I love like going back to history, like
I
going,
love
to,
the
going to
history of
Pompeii,
them,
going
Yeah.
to
Yeah, the history episodes are always fun.
They're really
Van
cool.
Gogh is
Van
awesome.
Gogh,
I love
That was a
Agatha
great
Christie.
episode.
Agatha Christie was kind of terrible, but whatever.
I wasn't a fan of it.
Agatha
Um,
Christie. What about her?
the
I'm her.
fact that the fact that he knows the Queen, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. But
And has potentially slept with more than one of them.
I'd love to see Van Gogh come back. Actually,
No.
do another episode.
No.
no, he's done.
Leave it as it is.
I thought it was beautiful.
You,
but
I
who
know.
was
you
it?
only
It was-
cheapened
he was the
that
guy-
episode.
It
by
was
bringing
a
Van
good
Gogh
Um,
back.
Bill
episode.
Nye, is that who it was?
Bill
It
Nye.
was
Bill
He's
Nye.
the new
Nye.
companion.
Nye,
Picasso.
whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, the guy, that
We're
ending
talking
was
about Van
beautiful.
Gogh.
I
Yeah.
know.
You want Picasso to be...
Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Michelangelo,
There you
Leonardo,
go. He could-
Leonardo da
he could-
Vinci.
He could
That'd be
paint
awesome.
The ceiling
Holy shit!
Leonardo da Vinci.
Historical companions.
Yeah.
There's a dynamic.
That'd be
There
pretty
you
Yeah, that'd be
cool.
pretty cool.
But it would have to be like a short-lived one, like they did with the one English guy that had the baby. I can't remember what his name is. The,
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Where he just comes and visits.
Craig
him.
or whatever.
Craig.
Yeah. I
But, like,
love
he
Craig.
can do like
Craig.
3 or 4
Craig.
episodes.
James Corden.
Stormageddon.
Love.
But because especially with like a lot of the inventors, it would be amazing because Leonardo da Vinci comes
Oh
to
my god,
real-time
Leonardo da Vinci invents the sonic screwdriver.
or he invents the helicopter.
Making money for the BBC right here. Leonardo da Vinci,
Tesla,
inventor.
Nicholas Tesla.
Oh, I
In
would,
the TARDIS.
I would die.
Tesla and Da Vinci create the sonic screwdriver.
Also, the fact that Da Vinci created a helicopter. He comes to normal time, sees a helicopter, like, hey, I can make that. Goes back, makes a helicopter.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Same thing with Tesla. Where do they get these ideas?
Why aren't
the
we
doctor.
writing stories
Wow.
for the BBC?
Yeah. You could.
Best
You could.
fanfic ever.
Now watch this. Someone listens to this episode,
That's
Right.
more than
Copyrighted.
writes a real episode for the actual show.
Let's just pick this one up.
Hey, Moffat.
Little Miss Moffat, listen to us here.
So.
Anyway, that would be amazing. But I think that they do a lot of Earth episodes and
Mhm.
saving Earth over and over again. We know Earth is going to be destroyed a billion times.
They do
over.
too many New York episodes for me though.
Well, but even
Let's
just,
go to Baltimore or Jersey.
That
Well,
is
yeah,
true,
and that's-
LA
that's
or
the thing.
something.
No
It's all-
one should go to New Jersey.
But I mean, it's the only
Middle
place
of
they ever
Ohio.
really seem to go in America, and they don't ever go to any other country
Yeah.
either. It's always.
It'll be great. They open the door to the TARDIS in Jersey. We're too late.
I want to see like the Silence Home Planet. I wanna
Oh,
see
that
that.
would be
pretty
cool.
I wanted to pay off the Who stole the TARDIS storyline. Like when River kept opening the door and there was a brick wall there. Like, was it the silence?
Oh, I guess that's
because they never paid that off.
Maybe it was River being a douche.
She knows how to drive it.
Yeah. The parking brake.
The TARDIS likes her.
I
love that.
It always makes that noise because you leave the parking brake on. I like that noise.
You didn't make noise. What noise? You know, the noise.
It's not supposed to make that noise.
Yeah.
You leave the parking brake on.
I had the best teacher. Although I was in the villa that day, so I said it for you.
But yeah, I think that more. I mean, it probably would cost more because you have to make all these aliens and crap. But
Yeah, well, there's
more
the one-
off-world things.
Yeah, obviously it's a lot more expensive to do
Yeah.
off-world stuff, but I would love to have even the second episode in the entire series where this the end of Earth and we see Cassandra for the first time.
Oh yeah, that was neat.
That was a really
The
cool
box.
episode.
I want to see the face of Bo again.
I want to see the face of Bo
especially
too.
since we know what that is.
I know,
That was like
but we haven't seen him.
so far out of left field in that.
I
scene.
know.
That was what
wasn't
made
it,
it so
though?
awesome.
Everyone's
my
like,
God.
"But what?"
I rewound it like 3 times.
I
Like,
did
hang
too.
on, what?
And when I showed it to Don again, I was like, wait, just wait, coming out.
Yeah. So like, yeah. There's an interview I think with
No spoilers.
No, who
Kidding.
cares? This whole show is
with John Barrowman, where like he explains what happened, like when he read
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
really
and
awesome.
he like loses his mind over
he
it. and,
fangirled over it.
Yeah.
And he and Tanner were like, did you read? Did you read?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That was, I think, that's one of the most brilliant things I've ever done on that
Oh,
show.
that was
Yeah, that was
amazing.
wonderful.
Because I'd like to see more of the face of Bo as well. Cause
Yeah, because we haven't
It's-
seen him.
That's a
again
cool
either
character.
since-
I mean,
It
it's just
really
a
is.
face.
Yeah,
but we haven't
that's
seen him
awesome.
since
I know.
in News and
Yeah.
Premiere, so that'd be really cool to see.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
love the face of Bo.
Yeah.
It's just
Me
So what moment or moments, episodes, whatever, got you right in the feels?
Well, but Donna's ending and Roy and Amy's ending,
Yes,
both of them.
I would have to say
And
that.
any ending besides Martha, really.
I
Because
think
Rose is ending
Peaced
was
out.
the entire episode where Tennant has to go say goodbye to everybody
Oh yeah,
What?
was
Victory
just.
lap.
I was crying.
Yeah, the
But where
victory
he
lap.
gets-
That was sad.
But where he finds Jack,
I-
Alphonse,
Yeah,
I was like, oh my
yeah,
God!
Alonzo.
Alphonse,
he was
yeah.
Giving him a guy!
Yeah, that was
It's like,
amazing.
Okay.
He's like, hey, you, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
But just seeing everyone too,
Oh
and
my
knowing that
God.
he's the only. And
I think he was like also getting him back to Earth
Yeah.
as well.
Saying
Yes.
goodbye to
Yeah.
Rose was sad.
saying,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
saying goodbye to
pretty
Rose was
sad.
sad.
Like-
Saying goodbye to Donna was sad. Saying goodbye.
The
saying
fact
goodbye,
that he never actually got to really say goodbye to Rose because
Yeah.
it cuts out
Yeah.
is like,
She's in pain.
and then you're bawling,
yeah.
and then it just.
Anything,
Yeah.
anytime he has, well, yeah, and when it's done as Tenant, yeah, like that's,
Well,
That
especially
whole
since
episode.
Tennant was my doctor.
yeah,
So
that was super
I wish
sad.
Tennant was my doctor.
Also, when he's John Smith and,
That
he's
was- it was
crying, he
sad.
doesn't want to be the doctor again, he
Yeah.
wants to be a human and all that.
And you're like, this could be the end of the show.
Yeah.
But just seeing him so upset and just
Yeah.
bawling because he doesn't want to,
I don't want to do it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's really,
And even though we just met River, I know you don't like her, but even though we just met River, when she sacrifices herself for the library,
Yeah.
you're like, I don't even know who this lady is, but I know that she's gonna be a big part of the story.
Yeah.
and this is so sad.
yeah.
Too bad it wasn't the end of the story.
Ugh.
Handcuffs. Which is handcuffs? Spoilers. Jesus. Okay.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, it was a little. I don't know if sad's the right word, but when they lose Amy in the
Oh.
whatever, and she comes Amy Robot Ninja
Yeah, yeah,
girl.
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever,
yeah.
and
That's
she's
true.
like,
You didn't save me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
That was depressing.
Yeah.
Or when they lose the baby
Oh, yeah.
and they're like, this isn't our baby or whatever.
Yeah.
They
And
take
then,
it, they
and
take
then
it.
it's just,
Yeah.
goo.
Just the
Yeah.
goo. Yeah, like, you squeeze too tight. Don't break babies.
Yeah.
For me, it's such a quick little thing, but it's all because of Tennant's performance. When he's in the coffee shop with Donna's uncle, and he's like, that little speech explaining how, like, he wasn't traveling with anybody, but he's...
Grandpa, you mean?
Yeah, Grandpa. And he's like, look,
Yeah.
uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really old for an uncle.
Yeah. And he's just going on about how he's done things and things went wrong, and then, like, Tennant just, like, cracks for a second and leans back, and, like, you think he's just gonna lose it, and then her grandpa... I
Yeah.
can't remember his name. Mort?
No,
What's his name?
oh.
And, like,
Anyways, Grandpa.
he just, like, he's so sad for the,
That's
for,
the
for
W.
the doctor.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's that quick little second where Tennant's just, like, he's so upset about all the stuff that he's done, and it's just like, oh, he just, like, nearly loses it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any, holy shit moments?
Will. That's his name.
Will, what a name.
Holy shit moments.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Holy
Well, the
shit.
face of Bo.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
The face of Bo is definitely up there.
Oh my god. And Martha and Mickey. Yeah,
Yes,
that was really
but
cool.
also in Torchwood when they find the hand.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah.
or it's sitting there and you're like, oh, that's the hand! He found it!
I don't know. Maybe when can't remember the two-parter there. When they find all the planets all together.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
the big
really
engine
cool,
thing.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
With
And
the
seeing
dragon
Timothy Dalton the first time, that was awesome.
That was
Well,
really
the
cool.
whole planet thing too, and like, 'cause you have all these episodes where stuff's gone missing, and then it all just comes together.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
love with that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, especially since it's just like an offside. Oh, by the way, that planet's gone.
Yeah, and then
Okay, continue on with your story.
the lost moon of Poosh.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's a lost moon.
Adipose 1 and
Adipose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
my biggest holy shit moment. I'm gonna say the Master reveal regeneration thing inside the TARDIS. I just thought it was so cool. It's like when he says it the first time. He says the Master and like he regenerates. Like,
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
Because I mean, I never watched the original stuff, so I didn't know the Master. So it wasn't a holy shit moment for me. Just, I'm like, that's really cool. But...
Actually, seeing the Daleks the first time was kind of
like when he chained up in the basement thing.
no, the very first time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, like was it in Eccleston series?
Yeah.
With
That's
Rose.
good.
You see them come back. And
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Another one from mine that actually involved the Daleks as well was with that imposter what was the name of the big sphere ship?
Oh, yeah, I can't remember.
And like Mickey thinks there's Cybermen inside, and the thing opens,
And it's
and like the Daleks come out.
Don calls it the Kinder Surprise.
Yeah.
Daleks.
Yeah.
That's a good name for it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Location Earth.
Oh my God.
So good. Like what?
I like seeing Davros again. That was pretty cool for me.
Yeah.
And I never knew it was because I never saw that before either.
Yeah.
So it was cool, but it didn't have the same resonance
The same-
because I never saw.
Exactly.
What's your favorite TARDIS console?
I like the new one. with,
I don't
like-
mind any of them really.
I think I like the new one. I
Yeah,
love
I do.
Tennant's one. I didn't like the. I wasn't a big, super huge fan of Matt Smith's first one.
I didn't like when the logo first changed too. that drove me crazy.
Okay.
I
Oh,
like
you mean
the
on
whole,
the TV, on the
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
open
but I like
credits.
but I like
I
the
didn't
new. I
mind.
like the new one with the Gallifreyan going.
Yes,
down,
that was
Yeah,
cool. Yeah,
yeah.
rotating
I like
and
that.
stuff. That's
yeah.
really cool.
I think my favorite modern one anyway is the new one. Just
Yeah.
it's nice and retro. It's got Gallifreyan markings
And
all
I like
over
the
it
coloring
as well.
too.
The coloring
I
is really
prefer
cool.
the bluish to the brownish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the patchwork lived-in quality that Tennant and Eccleston's one had.
Uh-huh.
The kind of gobbled together versions of it as well.
Mhm.
But the one on Matt Smith's season now
Yeah.
kind of seems more functional. I mean, there's not sledgehammers and car whistles
Yeah.
and little buttons that we don't know what they do. It all seems to be an actual control panel
cool thing
again.
is, like Jenna Louise Coleman was on the Nerdist and she was talking about how Matt Smith had like
Oh yeah, I
he
know.
knows he was trying to teach her like
How to fly the
how
thing.
to fly the thing
Yeah.
because like every button had like a this is what this does and this is what this
Yeah.
does, so it's really cool.
Mhm.
So
This makes this noise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Doctor speech? Like when he
There's
montages?
a million.
One of my favorite things
Monologues.
isn't Doctor, but it's is Roy and Amy's wedding, and she's like,
Something old.
I
something-
remember you,
yeah.
and you're late for my wedding.
That's really cool. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
friggin' badass.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of liked it when he addressed the Dalek Council. The big room full of Daleks. There's,
Oh, okay.
Millions of
Yeah.
them in there. That was pretty cool.
Oh, I also like in Matt's first episode where he's addressing the big, the space.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
he's
I
going
was
through
right.
like the fan
Like,
service thing
and
was
he's like,
showing.
so basically, run.
Yeah. That was really cool. That would have been my favorite Matt Smith one if it wasn't for when they were at Stonehenge in the Pandora Opens episode when there's like all the spaceships flying around. He's got
That
a little
was
communicator.
amazing.
For me, that's when Matt Smith became the Doctor at that episode.
Yeah.
He's like he's all these ships are buzzing around. He's like he's whizzing around up there. These silly little ships.
I like the Demons Run stuff.
All right,
Like,
here's a one. Favorite outfit.
I love Tennant's. The pinstripe suit and
Yeah,
the
I
trench.
don't know. I like the bow tie.
I like the longer
Mm.
coat
Yeah.
that he's got now.
Fez or
Not-
no Fez?
No, I don't like the fez.
If
All
we're gonna
the
go
fezzes are
hats,
cool.
if we're gonna go hats, the Fourth Doctor's fedora is my favorite.
Oh yes,
Mm.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I like the bow tie.
I love the bow tie.
Tennant's suit, like the
with,
blue
with the
pinstripe
running shoes.
with the running
Yes, with
shoes.
running shoes.
That's
I was there for
awesome.
Halloween
Yeah.
a couple years ago, and it's I love that
kick-ass
costume.
And
Worst
you
is
were no David
Eccleston's.
Tennant.
Well, Eccleston didn't really have.
He had a leather jacket. That was
yeah,
the only
he did,
thing that
like,
was
I
really
mean,
Yeah, it was
jeans
just
and
a
all
Tennant
that.
and
leather
Smith
jacket.
both had like an iconic look, whereas Eccleston didn't really. He was
Generic.
You
sort of
basically
look.
make
Yeah.
your hair look like you're Dracula. Put on a leather jacket.
I
You're
wonder what
Eccleston.
Capaldi's will look like.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
see.
they go
Long
completely-
time.
I'm hoping. Oh, I don't know.
I'm
I
also
hope
wondering
they
if
don't
he'll
go
be.
super goofy.
Hawaiian shirt.
I'm wondering how goofy he's gonna be because the last two.
I think
pretty...
I don't think he's gonna go goofy. I think he could go kind of button down because he's
It'll
an
be
older
interesting
character.
if he does
I
go
think so,
goofy
too.
because the two other characters we've seen
Do you
him
think
play
he'll have a
have
pocket
both
watch?
been really straight and
Yes.
really.
That'd be
But the
You
problem
know,
is
yeah.
now is they know that there's a huge following for it.
Mhm.
Like they know that this is not even just UK anymore; it's all
Yeah.
over the world.
Yeah.
So they need to hit. They need to be able to merchandise these things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like bow ties are cool. Everyone will wear a bow
Oh
tie.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The long coats. Everyone's wearing long coats.
Yeah.
So,
Even kind of Matt Smith started dressing older now, like with
yes.
the 3-piece version of it.
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
the waistcoat and then the jacket. He even has the pocket watch as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's his age.
I like
of
the
that costume.
3-piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is sort of showing. He's dressed more like an older man,
Yeah,
right?
because he's over 1,000 now.
Yeah.
Like we've
Yeah.
gone past
Like
that
11
900
years old,
year
yeah.
limit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty cool.
One of my favorite gags of all time was still when he was had that sip of wine on the beach and he spits it out like, oh, it tastes more like the wine gums.
I like what in his first episode where he's eating like apples. I love apples.
And then it's like, oh,
Fuck.
these are terrible.
Fish sticks and custard. I need fish sticks and custard.
But it was yogurt and bacon and.
Beans.
Are you trying to kill me?
Yeah.
But you said those are your
Throws
favorite.
it out the window.
Yeah.
The hell.
I love that whole sequence.
That
Yeah.
kid was hilarious.
Yeah. And
That
that's
was
her
actually-
cousin.
yeah,
That's her cousin in real life. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
She
Oh, that's awesome. I
And
didn't
because
know
she
that.
said that
Yeah.
she's like they were doing the interview for the companions
Uh-huh.
little mini episode thing, and they said that she set up the entire Amy
Mhm.
because she's the first thing that you see for Amy, and the fact that he says something to her and she goes, funny, and she said that just basically that's what Amy is.
Yeah.
So, what spin-off should we get? I say Strax.
I would love that.
Strax,
I would
Madam
watch
Bassa.
that every day
Yeah.
for sure.
I think if we're gonna get one, I hope it's that. I think more realistically we're gonna get the Torchwood reboot. I hope. I
Okay,
want to see a
that's-
Torchwood with.
that's hard
like
to
If they
say.
do another Torchwood reboot, it can't be. It has to stay.
Yeah.
In Wales.
Like I said, have it with
Yeah.
Jack Harkness, Mickey and Martha, maybe have
Gwen.
a little Gwen and
Gwen.
Sarah Jane's kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have him, a bit of a legacy, a bit of history
Well,
behind
especially
it
since
there.
they brought all these people in.
But
to
maybe
help
there
out
might be a
with
Yeah.
Doctor's Daughter spin-off. You never know,
That
she
would be
could go
cool.
off and do stuff.
I wonder if they'll do a unit thing though.
I think
That
there
would be
was
cool.
one in the 80s, I believe, a unit spin-off.
And they had those the two guys from
K9.
well, they had the two guys
love
from
King.
the Space Manta Ray thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on the bus, and they're like, you should hire them so that maybe that'd be kind
Have
of
those
cool.
pirate guys in a spin-off? No.
No.
Yeah, no. Go to hell. So that was our chit-chat about Doctor Who. The upcoming 50th anniversary episode should be
November
pretty
23rd.
awesome.
Yeah.
I
Hopefully.
think. For the Pendulum, it's Geoff and Garry and the Griff and Steph.
Bye.
Ba-da-now, ba-da-now, ba-da-now.
I actually was thinking of that for the intro. We all do it. And I'm like, I don't know if everyone will do it.
Just have Rebecca's face rotating in the
That's awesome! That is awesome! I'm gonna gift that up.
Oh God.
Put it in.
You can't put gifts in a FMV or a VLC.
I apologize in advance.
You don't have to talk directly to
For
the
my
microphone,
rotating
Rebecca.
face.